All right, Mr. Barner, if you'll have a seat right there in the chair, or turn around to be sworn. All right, sir. Please sit closely to that microphone and speak loudly and clearly. State, you may proceed.
Thank you. May it please the court.
Yes.
Would you, sir, would you please state and spell your name?
Dominique Barner, Dominique
And how old are you today?
Say what?
How old are you today?
31.
When's your birthday?
October 31st, 93.
And did you graduate from high school?
No,
When did you stop going to school?
in the 10th grade.
Approximately how tall are you?
5'7".
Do you have any tattoos?
Yes, sir.
You have any tattoos on your arms?
Yes, sir.
All right. What kind of tattoos do you have on your arms?
Money signs, my name, my daddy name, my daughter name.
On your left forearm, for example, what do you have tattooed?
My birth year,
Okay. And what is that?
1993.
And what about on your right arm, forearm?
My daddy name.
Do you have a nickname?
Yes, sir.
What is your nickname?
Butta.
And is that Butta?
Yes, sir.
And how did you get that nickname?
It's a family name.
Did your dad have the same nickname?
Yes, sir.
Is your dad still alive?
No, sir.
How old were you when your dad passed?
11.
When were you taken into custody on the charges you currently have pending?
January 15, 2020.
And how old were you at that time?
26.
And have you remained in custody since that day?
Yes, sir.
Have you been charged with burglary with an assault or battery and home invasion robbery for the offense that took place at 1033 Townsend Boulevard on January 15, 2020?
Yes, sir.
And today, are you aware of the name of the victim in that charge?
Yes, sir.
And what's that person's name?
Barbara Buckley.
Prior to that day, did you know who she was?
No.
Since the burglary with an assault or battery and home invasion, they're for the same offense?
Yes, sir.
Is it your understanding that you can only be sentenced on one of those offenses?
Yes, sir.
And do you have a co-defendant in that burglary charge?
Yes, sir.
Right. And what's the name of your co-defendant in the burglary charge?
Leroy Whitaker.
Do you see Leroy Whitaker in the courtroom here today?
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell us where he is seated and what he is wearing?
He got on blue and white.
All right. Can you describe the table or who he is sitting next to as well?
Sitting next to his lawyer.
Which table?
The front table, the first table.
Your Honor, with the record reflect, he's identified Mr. Whitaker.
Okay, the record shall so reflect.
Have you also been charged with second-degree murder for your involvement in the murder of Charles McCormick on January 15, 2020?
Yes, sir.
And who are the other individuals that have been charged with the murder of Charles McCormick along with you?
Leroy Whitaker, Hakeem Robinson, and Abdul Robinson.
Bill Robinson
Jr.
Okay. And do you see Hakeem Robinson in the courtroom here today?
Yes, sir.
If you see him, can you tell us where he is seated and what he is wearing?
He's in the back row. Got on blue and white.
And you said back, I missed the first part.
Got on blue and white.
And where is he seated in the courtroom?
At the second table.
Your Honor, with the record reflect, witnesses identified Hakeem Robinson.
All right, the record shall so reflect.
Have you also been charged with aggravated fleeing and attempting to elude a law enforcement officer?
Yes, sir.
And while you're in custody for the murder of Charles McCormick, did you also get charged by the state with a second murder involving Damon Rothermel?
Yes, sir.
And when did Damon Rothermel's murder take place?
January 31st, 2019.
Do you have co-defendants in that case?
Yes, sir.
All right. Specifically, who are your co-defendants in the Damon Rothermel murder case?
Christopher Brown and Derek Hudson.
And is Abdul Robinson Sr. a co-defendant in that case as well?
Yes, sir.
In August of 2020, did you agree to cooperate and testify against your co-defendants in all of your cases?
Yes, sir.
And then on September 10th of 2020, did you enter pleas of guilty to the court on those charges?
Yes, sir.
So you pled guilty to second-degree murder for the Damon Rothermel case,
Yes, sir.
as well as the Charles McCormick murder,
Yes, sir.
the burglary with assault or battery,
Yes, sir.
and the aggravated fleeing or attempting to elude.
Yes, sir.
And for each and every one of those charges, who did you plead guilty to?
Judge Salvador.
And today, have you been sentenced?
No, sir.
Who ultimately is going to decide what sentence you receive?
Judge Salvador.
Have you been promised by the state that you would receive any specific sentence based on your cooperation?
No, sir.
Based on your pleas of guilty to those charges, what is the maximum sentence this court can sentence you to?
Life
Without parole?
without parole.
And life without parole, that's on the 2 murder charges?
Yes, sir.
Is that also the potential sentence on the burglary with an assault or battery?
Yes, sir.
Now, do you know what your guideline score is for your charges that you pled to?
Yes, sir.
And what is your guideline score?
41.8 years.
And so that 41.8 years, does that reflect the lowest sentence the judge should sentence you to without a legal reason to go below?
Yes, sir.
Now, is your cooperation, does that provide a legal basis that allows the court to go below 41.8 years if the court thinks that's appropriate?
Yes, sir.
But does the court have to?
No.
What is the absolute minimum sentence you can get?
With
At sentencing, what's the minimum sentence the court can sentence you to?
20 years.
And then again, even with your cooperation, 20 years up to.
Life.
Now, do you hope that this court will consider your cooperation?
Yes, sir.
Are you hopeful to get the best possible sentence you can get?
Yes, sir.
And that would be 20 years in prison.
Yes, sir.
But are you prepared for the possibility you may spend the rest of your life in prison?
Yes, sir.
If this judge thinks you are lying, do you think that is good for you or bad for you?
Bad.
Do you know someone named Abdul Robinson Sr.?
Yes, sir.
How do you know him?
I knew him since I was young.
Are you related to him?
No.
So how did you know him when you were young?
Well, he's a friend of my dad.
What do you call Abdul Robinson Sr.?
Blue. Big homie.
Do you know where Abdul Robinson Sr. was living back in 2020?
Not specifically.
What areas of town?
Northwest.
Does Abdul Robinson Sr. have any children?
Yes, sir.
Do you know some of them?
Yes, sir.
Do you know Abdul Robinson Jr.?
Yes, sir.
What is Abdul Robinson Jr.'s nickname?
Kareem.
Do you recall how old you were when you first met Kareem?
Yes, sir.
Approximately how old?
9 years old.
Were you in school?
Yes, sir.
And did you become friends with Kareem?
Yes, sir.
Do you know someone whose nickname is K Crazy?
Yes, sir.
Who's that?
Kareem.
Okay. So he has 2 nicknames.
Yes, sir.
Do you also know someone whose nickname is Fula?
Yes, sir.
Right. Who's Fula?
It's Blue first son.
Is that Abdul Robinson Jr., Kareem's brother?
Yes, sir.
Does Abdul Robinson Jr. and Fula actually have the same first and last name?
Yes, sir.
When did you meet Fula?
5th grade.
Was that around the time that you also met Kareem?
No, sir. Before.
Before? What school were you going to?
Beacon Elementary.
Did you become friends with Fula?
Yes, sir.
And you obviously know an individual named Hakeem Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Who is Hakeem Robinson related to?
Related to Kareem and Fula.
And is Abdul Robinson Sr. his father?
Yes, sir.
Do you know Hakeem Robinson's mother's name?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Ebony.
Can you say it louder?
Ebony.
Ebony? What's the age difference between Hakeem Robinson and his brother Abdul Jr., Kareem?
One was born 94, one was born 98.
Do you know anything else about their birth date that's interesting?
It's on the same day.
Okay. Approximately how old were you when you met Hakeem Robinson?
I know it was 2015.
You think that it was around that time?
Yeah.
All right. So do you know around how old he would have been, Hakeem?
Like 18.
Do you recall where you were when you first met Hakeem?
Yes, sir.
Where was that?
Timber Run Apartments.
Is that here in Jacksonville?
Yeah. 103rd.
Now, when you first saw Hakeem Robinson out of that apartment complex, did you know who he was?
Yes, sir.
Did he know who you were?
No, sir.
After seeing Hakeem out of that complex, did you, or did Hakeem become aware that you were friends with his brothers?
Yes, sir.
Does Hakeem Robinson have any nicknames?
Yes, sir.
What are they?
Ksoo.
All right.
Kimi.
Kimi?
And Ksoo.
Okay, so. Do you know someone, you identified Leroy Whitaker. How do you know him?
I know him through his cousin.
All right, who's his cousin?
We call him Papa, but his name Mark Clay.
Is Leroy Whitaker related to Hakeem Robinson in any way?
Yes, sir.
How?
Cousins.
Does Leroy Whitaker have a nickname?
Yes, sir.
And what is that?
Scotty.
Yeah, I'll need you to
Scotty.
speak up. I couldn't hear that either.
Scotty.
Okay,
Scotty?
thank you.
Just make sure you stay close to the microphone.
All right.
Prior to January 15th of 2020, did you, Abdul Robinson Jr., Hakeem Robinson, and Leroy Whitaker all spend time together?
Yes, sir.
Was that often,
Yes, sir.
but usually in a group setting?
Yes, sir.
Do you know someone named Torgon Williams?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who is he?
Friend.
Is Torgon Williams related to the Robinsons?
I would say Kareem.
So Abdul Robinson Jr.?
Yeah.
How is Torgon related to him?
They call each other cousins.
Do you recall when approximately you met Torgon?
Yes, sir.
When was that?
2016.
And who introduced you to Torgon?
Fuller.
Fula?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with a local rap group called ATK?
Yes, sir.
Was Abdul Robinson Jr., Kareem, part of ATK?
Yes, sir.
What about Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, sir.
Torgon Williams?
Yes, sir.
Based on your relationship with that group, and specifically Abdul Robinson Jr. and Hakeem and Leroy Whitaker, did you become associated with ATK?
Yes, sir.
And are you also familiar with another local rap group named Six Block?
Yes, sir.
Do the groups ATK and Six Block get along?
No, sir.
Do they basically hate one another?
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with the street term ops?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean?
Opponents, opposition.
Are ATK and Six Block ops of one another?
Yes, sir.
Do members of both rap groups put out songs that are disrespectful about other individuals in the other group when they've been hurt or killed?
Yes, sir.
What are those kind of songs often referred to as?
Diss track.
Diss track?
A diss track.
If someone puts out a diss track, can that make them a target of the other group?
Yes, sir.
Turning your attention back to January of 2020, do you recall where you were living?
Yes, sir.
And where was that?
3830 University Boulevard. The Esperanza Apartments.
So an apartment complex on University?
Yes, sir.
No, I have to stop right here just for a second. Yes, thank you, thank you. Okay. I might have to change it from TYK with all this ATK and CIA and ATF and all of this stuff. I don't want them to get confused thinking that we doing something inappropriate up here in this chat. I might have to go ahead and just spell it all the way out there, but like we cannot. And I'm like, oh, as soon as I type TYK, they talk about ATK and CTA and AKA and okay. Little T, I know, right? We gonna have to change the stuff up. But I definitely like how he on his stand and he telling it all. He not hesitating. He not thinking about it. It's just coming right off his tongue. The best kind. Go ahead, my mans. He about to tell it all. I like the ones that tell it all. Tell it all. That way we don't have to do all this hard work. Yes. Let's see. Let's see what more he gonna tell us. Do tell, my friend. Do tell.
Were you living with anyone at that apartment complex?
Yes, sir.
Who?
My girlfriend,
What was her name?
Janera Smith.
Say that a little louder, sir.
Janera Smith,
Smith. Okay. When did you and Janera start living at that apartment complex?
July of 2019.
Does Janera Smith know Hakeem Robinson,
Yes, sir.
Abdul Robinson Jr.,
Yes, sir.
Leroy Whitaker,
Yes, sir.
even Torgon Williams?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to you getting arrested, had all of those individuals been to your apartment on University?
Yes, sir.
Today, are you in a relationship with Janera Smith?
No, sir.
Has that been over for a while?
Yeah.
Now, prior to January of 2020, were you familiar with someone named Charles McCormick?
Yes, sir.
Was Charles McCormick affiliated with the group 6 Block?
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with someone by the name of Raekwon Howard?
Yes, sir.
Is Raekwon Howard affiliated with 6 Block?
Yes, sir.
Did Charles McCormick have a rap name?
Yes, sir.
And what was it?
Buck.
Can you say that again?
Buck.
In 2019, did Charles McCormick put out a diss track?
Yes, sir.
And what was that diss track or song? What did it reference?
Dead people.
And do you recall some of the people that were referenced in that song?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Willie, 2-3, Snoop,
Who's Willie?
Willie Addison. That's Kareem's brother.
I'm sorry. Who's who?
That's Kareem's brother.
Can I interrupt y'all for a second? And I apologize for that. Ma'am, do you need a cough drop or water or anything? Do you have to, are you sure? I want to be sure you're okay. There's another cough drop we're handing you. And you can have water up here if you need to. I didn't mean to call you out, but I saw you coughing a lot. So do you need a glass of water? We can get that for you. No? Okay. All right.
Yeah, please.
You may go ahead, Mr. Cooper.
Thank you. You said Willie Addison was who?
It was Kareem's brother.
Okay. So Kareem being Abdul Robinson Jr., Hakeem's brother.
Yeah.
Did Willie Addison and Abdul Robinson Jr., Kareem, actually have the same mother?
Yes, sir.
And do you know her name?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Angie.
You also mentioned someone named 23. Who's 23?
Royale.
Who was Royale friends with?
Hakeem.
Were Hakeem Robinson and his brother, Abdul Robinson Jr., close with Willie Addison?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember when Willie Addison was killed?
Yes, sir.
And when was that?
January 15th, 2019.
So exactly 1 year prior to Charles McCormick's murder?
Yes, sir.
How was Willie Addison killed?
Shot.
Are you aware of if anyone else was with him at the time he was shot?
Yes, sir.
Who was with him?
Abdul Robinson Jr. and Sr., Torian, Moody, and Sam.
Did they all get shot as well?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where Abdul Robinson Jr., Kareem, was shot?
Yes, sir.
Where?
His head.
Did it take a long time for him to recover?
Yes, sir.
Was he still physically suffering some of the effects of that shooting in late 2019, beginning of 2020?
Yes, sir.
What kind?
Well, messed up his ability to walk, like run.
Could he walk?
He could walk, but he couldn't run.
How did you become aware of Charles McCormick's diss song about Willie?
Through the internet.
And do you recall where you saw it on the internet?
Instagram.
And how did you view that on Instagram?
I was on a fake page.
You were on a fake page?
Yeah, I had a fake page.
Why were you using a fake page?
To stalk people.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm approaching with what has been marked for identification as states P. This disc, do you recognize this, sir?
Yes, sir.
And what do you recognize this to be?
It's a diss track.
This disc track.
But
By Charles McCormick?
yes, sir.
And have you listened to this?
Yes, sir.
And is it a fair and accurate reporting of the song we were just talking about?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, this time the state would seek to introduce into evidence the mark for identification of states P into the corporate number exhibit, I believe it's 249.
Okay, any objection from Defendant Whitaker? Any objection from Defendant Robinson? All right, without objection, the State's Exhibit 10P will be marked into evidence as State's Exhibit 249.
And publish?
Yes.
Nigga dark and you ain't even take it so. Shooting Glock and ARs too.
I can't play none of the gangster music. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see. You know, they'll get me for that. They be like, you playing that gangster music on here. YouTube like, strike. Hold on.
Was described as soft.
Like, not capable of nothing. That's street.
Okay. Was Charles McCormick known as soft?
Yes, sir.
Towards the end of 2019, were you able to find out where Charles McCormick was living?
Yes, sir.
And how did you get that information?
Through Core.
Say that again?
Through Core.
And what is CORE?
It's a website for like public information.
Is it the clerk's public website?
Yes, sir.
And on that public website, what did you find that provided some of the information you were looking for?
Well, I had seen that McCormick got pulled over, and it showed his address on his license. It showed his car and his license plate.
So when you say he got pulled over, did he receive any type of citation?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
Now, when it had the address, did you get the unit number or just the address for the apartment complex?
Just the address for the apartment complex.
Do you recall where that apartment complex was located?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Off Atlantic Boulevard.
After you got the address for that apartment complex, did you do anything to look that complex up?
Yes, sir.
And what did you do?
I Googled it.
All right. And did you see images of it?
Yes, sir.
Did you tell anyone that you found his address?
Yes, sir.
Who did you tell?
I told Kareem.
After that, did you continue to monitor Charles McCormick's Instagram page?
Yes, sir.
Were you trying to keep tabs on him?
Yes, sir.
In December of 2019, did Charles McCormick post anything that kind of caught your attention?
Yes, sir.
And what was that?
Posted a picture
And why was that of interest to you?
because he posted in the same apartment complex.
Did you recognize that location in the photo?
Yes, sir.
When you saw that photo posted by Charles McCormick, what did you do?
Text Kareem.
Abdul Robinson Jr.?
Yeah.
And what was the purpose of texting Kareem?
Let him know that he posted a picture at his house.
Charles McCormick?
Yes, sir.
And why did you want to share that information?
Basically, so we can ride through, see what was up.
So after you sent that information to Abdul Robinson Jr., what happened?
We went and they came and picked me up. And we went out there to go see where he posted the picture at.
Who's they?
It was me, Kareem, Hakeem, and Scotty.
So Scotty Leroy Whitaker,
Yes, sir.
Hakeem Robinson,
Yes, sir.
and Kareem Abdul Robinson Jr.
Yes, sir.
And when they picked you up, do you know what kind of vehicle they were in?
It was in a Camry, Toyota Camry.
Do you know whose car that was?
It was Hakeem's car.
Was it a car he owned?
No, sir. It was a rental car.
A rental?
Yeah.
Where did the four of you go once they showed up?
We went to McCormick's apartment complex.
And what did you do when you got there?
We went to go see where he posted the picture at.
And what was the reason for trying to find that location of where he took the photo?
So basically, so we can, handle up after that.
What does handle up mean?
Get everything in motion, like set something up
To accomplish what?
to kill McCormick.
And did you know before you went over there exactly what unit he lived in?
No, sir.
Did verifying where that photo was taken assist you with that?
Yes, sir.
Was killing Charles McCormick something that you wanted to happen?
Yes, sir.
Is it something based on the group and everyone going over there? Was that something that Leroy Whitaker wanted to happen?
Yes, sir.
Abdul Robinson Jr.,
Yes, sir.
Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
When all of you went over there that day, did you see Charles McCormick at the complex?
No, sir.
Where did you go after you all left that day?
They took me back to my apartment.
What was the reason that all of you wanted to kill Charles McCormick?
Because of the diss track he made.
And did that diss track upset you?
Yes, sir.
Were you upset about what he said in it?
Yes, sir.
Did he get stuff wrong?
Yes, sir.
That upset you?
Yes, sir.
Why was Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker and Kareem all upset?
Because he was dissing their brother and friends.
And by brother, you mean Willie Addison?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me. Once you found out where Charles McCormick lived in December of 2019, why wasn't he killed right away?
Because he took a vacation.
Charles took a vacation?
Yeah.
You know where he went?
Went to Vegas
How were you able to find that out?
through
Say that again?
Instagram.
Were you still trying to monitor his location?
Yes, sir.
And at some point, did he come back from Vegas?
Yes, sir.
And did you find that out?
Yes, sir.
How?
Through Instagram.
Do you recall when you saw that information?
Yes, sir.
When was that?
It was on the morning of January 15, 2020.
So the morning he was killed.
Yes, sir.
Do you recall where you were when you found that information?
It was at my apartment.
Was anyone with you that morning?
Yes, sir.
And was this very early morning?
Very early morning.
Who was with you?
Christopher Brown.
And once you got that information, did you and Christopher Brown do anything?
Yes, sir.
What'd you do?
We went to his apartment complex,
Whose?
Charles McCormick,
How did you get there?
with Christopher's baby mother's car.
Was that a car that was in his baby mother's name or family?
It was in her mother's name.
So is that a car that could easily be connected back to them?
Yes, sir.
What kind of car was it?
Hyundai Sonata.
When you and Christopher Brown went to Charles McCormick's apartment on January 15, 2020, what did you observe?
Well, we seen McCormick's car back then.
And do you recall what kind of car Charles McCormick had?
It was a Kia.
After you saw that car backed in, did you and Christopher Brown wait there or did you leave?
We left
And why did you leave?
basically to go flight.
Where did you go?
We went back to my apartment.
And when you got back to your apartment complex, did Chris Brown stay?
No, he left.
And when he left, was it still the morning of January 15, 2020?
Yes, sir.
And where did he go or why did he need to leave?
He left because he had to take his baby mama to work.
After Chris Brown left your apartment that morning, did you contact anybody?
Yes, sir.
Who?
I contacted Kareem.
Abdul Robinson Jr.?
Yes, sir.
And do you recall how you contacted him?
Through phone.
Do you remember around what time you called him?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
4 o'clock in the morning.
What was your phone number back in January 15 of 2020?
702-918-4911.
Was your account for that phone number in your name?
Yes, sir.
Was in your actual name, Dominique Barner?
No, sir. No, sir.
Whose name was it in?
It was a fake name.
Do you recall what the name was?
Yes, sir.
What was it?
Joshua Bennett.
Do you recall Abdul Robinson Jr.'s cell phone number that you used to communicate with him back on January 15, 2020?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
904-624-3684.
Do you remember what kind of cell phone Abdul Robinson Jr. had back then?
He had an iPhone.
After you called Abdul Robinson Jr. that morning, what did you tell him?
Well, I told him that McCormick was home.
And then what happened after you spoke to Abdul Robinson Jr.?
Well, he told me that they was on the way to come get me.
Did someone show up to your apartment?
Yes, sir.
Who showed up?
Torgan, Kareem, Scotty, and Ksoo.
So Ksoo, Hakeem Robinson,
Yes, sir.
Scotty, Leroy Whitaker,
Yes, sir.
Torgon, and Abdul Robinson Jr.
Yes, sir.
What kind of vehicle were they in?
Dodge Journey.
Do you know anything about that vehicle? Whose it was?
It was Ksoo's car, rental car.
Had you seen that Dodge Journey before?
Yes, sir.
Did you get into the car with them?
Yes, sir.
And do you remember where you went from your apartment?
Yes, sir.
Where was that?
We went back to McCormick's complex.
What happened when you got to Charles McCormick's complex that morning?
Well, we rode back through where he stayed at.
And what were you looking for?
His car.
Was his car still there?
Yes, sir.
Once you observed the vehicle, did y'all continue to drive through or did you stop?
We stopped.
All right. And what happened after you stopped?
We backed in next to his car, and Kareem wanted to see like the tag for himself, so he got out and looked at the tag, and got back in.
And what did he say?
He was like, "That is it."
After Kareem confirmed that was the correct car, what did all of you do?
We left.
Where'd you go?
We went to Eastport Apartments off of Main Street
And what was the purpose of going there?
to get a stolen car.
Did you get a stolen car from there?
Sir,
What kind of car?
a Nissan Altima.
You remember the color?
Yes, sir.
What was it?
It was great.
And what was the purpose of getting a stolen car?
No trail.
Say that again?
No trail.
No trail?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you mean by that?
So it won't come back to none of us.
Who got into the Nissan Altima?
Me, Ksoo, and Scotty.
Who was driving the vehicle?
Me.
How'd you get the keys?
They was handed to me
By who?
by Ksoo.
Hakeem Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Did Hakeem Robinson do anything or say anything to you when he handed you the keys?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
He smirked. He smirked at me
What did you take that to mean?
that I was driving.
All right, I'll sustain that objection.
After you got the keys, did you get into the driver's seat?
Yes, sir.
Where did Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker get?
In the back seat.
Did Abdul Robinson Jr., Kareem get into the Nissan?
No, sir.
What about Torgon?
No, sir.
Where were they?
Still in the Dodge Journey.
Did you drive Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker back to Charles McCormick's apartment?
Yes, sir.
And what was the intent for the three of you when you were going to that apartment complex?
Kill McCormick.
Did Abdul Robinson Jr. and Torgon follow
Yes, sir.
on the Nissan?
Yes, sir.
What was their role or assistance in following you?
Make sure the police don't get behind us.
Okay. Because if the police got behind a stolen car, what would happen?
We get pulled over.
Do you remember what kind of clothing you were wearing that morning?
Yes, sir.
What was it?
Had on black jacket, black pants, red shoes.
Do you recall what Hakeem Robinson was wearing?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Nike jumpsuit.
You remember anything about the colors?
Yes, sir.
What?
It was black and gray.
Top or bottom? You remember, are you talking about tops, bottoms? You said tracksuit, so.
Top and the bottom.
Do you remember what Leroy Whitaker was wearing?
Yes, sir.
Best you can remember, what was it?
It's like the same kind of jumpsuit.
Was it exactly the same?
Nah.
And, okay. Your Honor, may I approach the witness one more time?
Yes?
Showing with the mark for identification as State Exhibit 8G. Do you recognize this? Yes, sir. All right, what do you recognize this to be?
Video of me jumping the gate.
Is anyone else with you?
Yes, sir.
What day was that?
Same day, January 15th, 2020.
Does this video fairly and accurately represent what you did on that day when you said jump in the gate?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, the state will move into evidence. 8G is the appropriate evidence.
Okay, any objection from Defendant Whitaker? Any objection from Defendant Robinson? All right, State's Exhibit 8G will be marked into evidence as State's Exhibit number 189.
And we'll come back to that video in a moment. When you were in the Nissan driving to Charles McCormick's apartment, were you armed?
Yes, sir.
What kind of firearm did you have?
A Glock 23.
A handgun?
Yes, sir.
And what about Leroy Whitaker?
He had a rifle.
What kind of rifle?
MP 15.
And had you seen him with that rifle before?
Yes, sir.
What about Hakeem Robinson?
He had an
Yeah, but
assault
where?
rifle pistol.
Sorry. Did Hakeem Robinson have a firearm?
Yes, sir.
And what type?
Assault rifle pistol.
Do you remember anything about the make or model of that assault rifle pistol?
Yes, sir.
What was it?
It's an AR X-Star.
Say that last part again.
The AR X-Star.
AR X-Star?
Yeah.
Had you seen Hakeem Robinson with that firearm before?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Really, I always had it.
Are you familiar with a music video?
Yes, sir.
All right. Titled Bang It Out?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen that video?
Yes, sir.
Did Hakeem Robinson have anything in that video?
Yes, sir.
What did he have?
The same rifle.
Do you know if on January 15, 2020, Abdul Robinson Jr. had a firearm?
No, sir.
He didn't have one, or you don't know?
I don't know.
What about Torgon Williams?
I don't know.
Do you recall around what time you, Hakeem Robinson, and Leroy Whitaker all got back to Charles McCormick's apartment on January 15th?
I know it was like the sun was just not coming up.
So still morning.
It was still morning time.
When you got back to the apartment complex, was Charles McCormick's car still parked there?
Yes, sir.
Where did you park the Nissan?
Across from his building.
And why were you doing that?
Well, so when he came out, he couldn't see the car.
The car you were in with Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker?
Yeah.
Did Abdul Robinson Jr. and Torgon park near you?
No, sir.
Do you know where they went?
No, sir.
Could you see where they went?
No, sir.
Now, after you parked, where in the Nissan were Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker sitting?
Still in the back seat.
Both with their rifles?
Yes, sir.
And was there a plan at that point in time for what was going to happen next?
Yes, sir.
And what was that plan?
Well, they were going to ambush him as soon as he got in the vehicle.
So, ambush who?
Charles McCormick.
And when you say ambush, what does that mean?
Like, well, we call it run down.
What does run down mean?
It's ambush.
Okay. If Charles McCormick walked out of his apartment while y'all were sitting right there,
No, sir.
When he walked out, if the plan was to run him down, what would that have involved? What would have happened?
I'll allow him to answer if he knows, otherwise it would be sustained.
Do you know what the plan was for when Charles McCormick walked out?
Yeah.
What was supposed to happen?
Well, when he got into the vehicle, they was going to jump out the car, and as soon as he got in his car, they was going to run him down and shoot him.
Who was?
Scotty and Ksoo.
So both Leroy Whitaker and Hakeem Robinson,
Yes, sir.
and they both were going to shoot him.
Yeah.
What was your role?
Just to come get him after it was done.
And get him out of there?
Yeah.
Did you all have to wait a long time for Charles McCormick to come out of his apartment that morning?
Yes, sir.
You remember about how long y'all were waiting?
No.
Was it hours?
It was hours.
While waiting for Charles McCormick to come out of his apartment, did you see Abdul Robinson Jr. and Torgon again while y'all were waiting?
Yes, sir.
How did that happen?
They pulled up on the side of us to let us know that he had just made an Instagram post.
That Charles had
We'll
just
be
made?
looking at, yeah.
And then to be on the lookout, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Did they then drive back off?
Yeah.
While you were waiting for Charles McCormick to come out, did anything happen that messed up this initial plan of the rundown?
Yes, sir.
And what was that?
Christopher Brown pulled up.
And what did Christopher Brown pull up in?
His baby mother's car.
Did that upset everybody?
Yes, sir.
And why is that?
Because he was messing everything up.
Were you concerned about the vehicle he was in?
Yeah.
All right. And why?
It's a trail. You get back to us.
It could get you caught?
Yeah.
So what did you tell Christopher Brown?
Told him to pull off.
Did he?
Yeah, he pulled off.
Did you stay where you were at?
No.
What did you do?
I tried to go physically tell him, like, get from around.
And what happened when y'all were doing that?
McCormick came out.
So did you, Hakeem Robinson, and Leroy Whitaker miss McCormick when he initially came out?
Yes, sir.
And so what happened next?
Well, I kind of like U-turned behind him just to get a good view of him.
Did Charles McCormick make it to his vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Did he try to leave the apartment complex?
Yes, sir.
And when you saw that, did you, Hakeem Robinson, and Leroy Whitaker, stay at the apartment complex, or did you follow him?
We followed him.
Do you think Charles McCormick saw you?
No, sir.
When you left that apartment complex, do you know where Abdul Robinson Jr. and Torgon Williams went?
No, sir.
Did Chris Brown follow you?
No, sir.
Did anybody let Abdul Robinson Jr. and Torgon know that y'all were leaving the apartment complex?
No, sir.
After leaving the apartment complex, did something happen? Shortly after leaving, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
All right, and what was that?
Well, the police had got behind McCormick.
Okay. And did that concern you?
Yes, sir.
Why?
'Cause I kind of felt like they was going to pull me over.
And y'all had a bunch of guns in the car?
Yes, sir.
After the officer pulled behind Charles McCormick, did he stay behind him for very long?
No.
Okay. Where did he go?
Kind of like bust off from behind him.
Did you continue to follow Charles McCormick?
Yes, sir.
Eventually, where did Charles McCormick make it?
To a temp agency
And where was that?
on Mill Road.
Was it like a shopping plaza?
Yes, sir.
And that's in Duval County, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Did you pull into that same shopping plaza?
Yes, sir.
Do you know or remember where in that plaza you parked?
On the side of the building.
Was it close to Express Employment or a little distance away?
It was close.
Did you stay there the entire time?
No, sir.
When you initially got into the plaza, what was the plan?
Still going to be the same thing.
And what does that mean?
An ambush, run. It was going to still do the same thing it was going to do in the apartment complex.
All right. So when Charles McCormick came out, Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker both were going to ambush him.
Yes, sir.
And then what was your role going to be?
Same thing, just to pick them up when it was done.
Now, when you got to that complex, the shopping plaza, were you concerned about anything?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Police,
Why?
but they always at Publix.
There are Publix in the shopping plaza?
Yes, sir.
While y'all were waiting for Charles McCormick to come out, do you know if Hakeem Robinson made contact with anybody?
Yes, sir.
Who?
But he made contact with Kareem
And what was the purpose of that?
to ask him to do a surveillance check.
And could you hear that conversation?
Yes, sir.
And do you know what kind of call that was? If it was a cell call, FaceTime, Instagram, any of those things?
No.
Did Kareem Abdul Robinson Jr. agree to come up there and do surveillance check?
No.
After that conversation, did Hakeem Robinson contact anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Raekwon Howard.
Okay, I'm gonna have to see the counsel and court reporter at sidebar.
I mean, you talk about tell it all. Dang. Like, I don't think he need to get out of jail either, because he just telling it all, and good grief. He ain't hold nothing back, Jason. Like, good grief. I don't think I ever seen nobody do it like this. He like a professional snitch. Like, I'm gonna go out here and do all these crimes. Remind you a little what he talk about. I did these crimes, right? Oh my goodness. I thought he was gonna be slow to answer. Yeah, he better be in something. Yeah, this is professional snitching at its best, Irish. I've never seen anything like this. Like, I'm like glued to the screen. Like, I don't even want to take no breaks. Like, this is, yeah, he an expert. That's right. You got it right, Jason. They should have qualified him. We got a professional snitch out here. Let me give you his background. Hey, I guess you can't put yourself in that position, right? Or you better, I mean, no hesitation. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, let me correct you, sir. This is what this is what happened. No, you got it wrong, sir. Like, I mean, it seemed like it was signs there, right? We got the one guy that pulls up that stops the first plan at the apartment complex, right? Then the police get behind them, you know, when they're driving to the temp agency. Like, don't nothing like click, like maybe this is a bad idea over a song. This is what we doing. Like, they are doing this in broad daylight. They have no chill. It's so sad. Okay, here they go. Oh boy, I was like, where he at? I want to see his face. Put it back on him. Yes, sir.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you. What did Hakeem Robinson tell Raekwon Howard that you heard?
Well, he was telling him that one of his homeboys was slipping. He was finna get killed.
Did he give a name?
No.
Before Charles McCormick came out of the temp agency, did you stay where you were at, or did you relocate that Nissan Altima?
I relocated
Where?
in front of the temp agency.
Where was that in relation to where Charles McCormick had parked his vehicle?
It was like right behind his vehicle.
And what was the purpose of doing that?
Get it closer.
And When you relocated the Nissan Altima, did the plan change or did it stay the same?
It changed up.
Did you change it?
Yeah, I changed it.
And what did you change the plan to be?
Well, I told Hakeem that it'll be better if he did it himself.
And why was that?
It was easier
Why?
because it ain't have to run like all that in the shopping plaza.
Was the Nissan parked close to Charles' vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And what side of Charles McCormick's vehicle was the Nissan's passenger side closest to?
His driver's side.
Did Hakeem go along with the plan?
Yes, sir.
Where was Leroy Whitaker seated in the Nissan when you relocated?
The back seat,
Where about Hakeem Robinson?
front seat.
How did he get to the front seat?
Jumped through the middle console.
When y'all were at that location and were still waiting for Charles McCormick to come out, was there any discussion about what firearm was going to be used?
Well, Hakeem wanted to use my firearm.
Your handgun?
Yeah.
Why?
I have no idea.
Did you let him use your handgun?
No,
You didn't want him to use it?
no.
If he'd have used it, what would you have to do with it?
Get rid of it.
Did Hakeem Robinson ever touch your handgun?
Yeah.
How?
But he picked it up. It was like, I'm finna use this. I was
You said-
like, I said, no, you're not.
So what happened when Charles McCormick came out?
Well, Hakeem jumped out
Jumped out of what?
of the car.
Was that the plan?
No, sir.
All right. How was that different from what the plan was?
Well, I came up with a plan of getting closer to his car so when he get in the car, he could jump out of the passenger seat and shoot him as soon as he got in his vehicle. I could pull off faster.
And did he wait for Charles McCormick to get closer to his vehicle or get into the vehicle?
No.
What happened after Hakeem jumped out of the Nissan?
Shot at him.
Shot at who?
McCormick.
Did McCormick stay there?
No.
What did he do?
He ran.
What did Hakeem Robinson do?
Chased him.
And then did what?
Killed him.
Did you see that?
No.
Where did they go?
On the side of the building.
But did you see Hakeem chasing him with the rifle?
Yeah.
Did you hear shots?
Yes, sir.
And after those shots, what did you do?
I went and picked him up.
Picked who up?
Picked Hakeem up.
Where did Hakeem go when you pulled up to pick him up?
Say that again.
When you went to pick Hakeem up, where in the vehicle did he go?
Oh, he got back into the passenger seat.
Then what happened?
I pulled off.
Where'd you go?
Went to like towards the front entrance of the shopping plaza.
Did anything happen on your way out of the shopping plaza?
Yeah.
What was that?
The police got behind us.
What did you think when the police got behind you?
What did I think?
Yeah.
It's time to go.
Did you start speeding?
Yes, sir.
Did you drive kind of recklessly?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where you were going?
No, sir.
Do you know what streets you made it to?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Townsend.
What kind of area is Townsend?
It's a residential neighborhood.
Did the officers continue to follow you?
Yes, sir.
At some point, did your car crash?
Yes, sir.
Where?
On Townsend Boulevard.
What was that next to? Where you crashed? Was there anything around it?
Houses.
What's that?
Houses.
Houses. Okay. And what did you crash into?
Small tree.
Small tree?
Yeah.
That disabled the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
What happened after you crashed?
We all jumped out the car.
Do you recall who got out first?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Hakeem.
And then who?
Scotty.
When Hakeem got out, what did he do?
He ran a different way from us.
All right. What direction was that?
Well, we ran in front of the car. He ran to the right of us.
So across the street in the opposite direction. Did Hakeem take anything with him?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Murder weapon.
Where did you go?
I ran behind Scotty.
Did you take your Glock with you?
No, sir.
Did Scotty, Leroy Whitaker, take his rifle with him?
No, sir.
Where were they?
Still in the car.
Were you able to catch up to Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, sir.
And what did the two of you do?
Jumped a lot of fences.
In addition to the Glock and the rifle that you said Scotty Leroy Whitaker left behind and yourself, was there any other evidence in that vehicle that you were aware of?
Yes, sir.
And what was that?
T-shirts.
Show you what's in evidence. State 76. Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, sir.
And what car is it?
Nissan Altima.
All right, is that the one that you, Hakeem Robinson, and Leroy Whitaker are all in?
Yes, sir.
That tree?
Yes, sir.
State's 87. What are we looking at there?
My Glock 23.
What's next to it?
T-shirt.
And then State's 92. What's in that photo?
M&P 15.
Whose was that?
Scotty.
And what's in the seat?
T-shirt.
And who do those shirts belong to?
Hakeem and Scotty.
You said that you and Scotty were jumping fences.
Yes, sir.
Show you what's now in evidence as State's 189. You recognize those two individuals?
Yes, sir.
Who were they?
It's me and Scotty.
All right. Who got to the fence first?
Scotty.
All right. And then right behind him?
It's me.
After you jumped over that fence, kept running,
Yes, sir.
and where did you and Leroy Whitaker make it?
Made it to a patio.
How do you go what?
A house.
Back to showing you what's in evidence. I believe it states 110. I believe. Do you recognize that photograph?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Patio.
Is that the patio of the home that you and Leroy Whitaker made it to?
Yes, sir.
When you got to that location, what did the two of you do?
I opened it, walked into it.
And the next exhibit, which is, I believe, states 114 or 115. Sorry. Do you recognize this?
Yes, sir.
And what is that?
It's a back sliding door. Back sliding door.
Back sliding door to that house.
Yes, sir.
Did you and Leroy Whitaker enter that home?
Yes, sir.
Did you have permission to enter the home?
No, sir.
Why were you and Leroy Whitaker going into that house at that time?
Get away from the police.
So they're looking for you?
Yes, sir.
Both of you?
Yes, sir.
As well as Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
At the time you and Leroy Whitaker entered that home, did either of you know who lived there?
No, sir.
Did either of you have permission to be in there?
No, sir.
Did you even know if anyone was home before you went into that house?
No, sir.
Once you made it into that house, where did the two of you go?
We went to the first room we seen.
And where in the house was that,
Um,
if you remember?
I can't remember.
What kind of room was it?
Looked like a guest room.
So some sort of bedroom?
Yeah.
Now, what was the purpose of you and Leroy Whitaker going into that room?
To hide.
So what did you do when you made it into the room?
I got into the closet.
What did Leroy Whitaker do?
We kind of like stood. I was telling them to get under the bed.
Did he?
No.
What did he do?
He tried to get in the closet with me.
What happened while the two of you were in that bedroom?
The lady came.
And How did you see the lady?
When she opened the door,
What happened after she opened the door?
she seen us. When she seen me in the closet, and she seen Scotty standing outside the closet.
Did she say anything?
I imagine them getting in the room, right? He like, I'm going to hide in the closet. Man, you get up under the bed. And the guy like, well, no, I want to get in the closet with you. Oh my. So so these two, they trying to get trapped in the closet. Oh my goodness. Like, could you imagine being at home, think you at home by yourself and you come in there and it's two thugs in your closet? What? Oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't do nothing to this lady. This is crazy work. I mean, like, really? You say Leroy needs to come out of there. I mean, really, like, they was fighting over the closet, y'all. Like, nah, man, I want to get in the closet with you. I don't want to get up under the bed. Really? This is what we doing? Oh man. I know. Irish like oh gosh. Oh, Juice. Oh my. Oh my goodness. They say, I mean, like, you see how they was jumping over that fence? I said I probably wouldn't have made it over the fence. I probably see, I'm telling you, you gotta be some type of young for this type of stuff. Young and dumb, because I probably wouldn't have made it over the fence. I would just be like, go on, save yourself. Please save yourself. Mm, 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 mm. You think you would have calmed down when you seen they was arguing over who's gonna be in the closet, right? Like, uh, he should have got up under the bed. They might have would have had a chance. All right. Oh, that was too funny. He said he wanted to get in the closet with him.
Did the two of you?
Yeah.
What'd she tell you?
She was like, y'all got to get out of my house.
Were you or Leroy Whitaker going to leave the house at that point in time?
No.
Could you go outside safely?
No.
Why?
Police.
What did this lady do next after she saw y'all and told you to get out?
Escorting us to the door, to the front door.
She opened the front door?
Yeah.
Then what happened?
She screamed. She screamed for help.
And after she screamed for help, what happened?
Pulled her back into the house.
Who did?
Me.
All right. And did Leroy Whitaker help you pull her in?
Yes, sir.
And then once she was pulled back inside her house, what happened?
Well, kind of like took her to the ground.
Okay. Did you do something to her when she was on the ground?
Yes, sir.
What'd you do?
Choked her.
Say that again?
Choked her.
Put your hands on her throat?
Yes, sir.
And what were you trying to do?
Really just trying to scare her.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
After you were choking her, did Leroy Whitaker say anything to you?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
He asked me, did I want to kill her?
What'd you say?
Said, yeah.
Did you want to kill her?
No.
And why'd you say that?
Just so she can cooperate.
Did she cooperate with both of you?
Yes, sir.
What'd you make her do?
Made her get on the couch.
Did you take anything from her?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Took her phone.
And why'd you do that?
But she couldn't call the police.
Did you have a cell phone with you?
Yes, sir.
Was it working?
Yes, sir.
Was it on?
No, it was dead.
What about Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, he had a phone.
How were you and Leroy Whitaker planning on trying to get away?
Well, call and ask for help.
I couldn't hear you.
Call and ask for help.
So who would have been calling?
Say that again.
Who was calling for help?
Scotty.
Do you know who he called?
The first person he called was Kareem.
You call anybody else?
Yes, sir.
Who?
Called Blue.
Did someone eventually show up?
Yes, sir.
Who was that?
Blue.
You know how he knew where to find you?
Yes, sir.
How?
Scotty dropped a pin.
What's a pin?
Location.
Prior to Abdul Robinson Sr., Blue showing up, did you and Leroy Whitaker take anything else from the house?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
Clothes.
Did you have permission to take the clothes?
No, sir.
Did you and Leroy Whitaker both change your clothes?
Yes, sir.
And why were you doing that?
Changed the description.
Were you still worried about the police?
Yes, sir.
While you were waiting, what was Miss Buckley doing?
She was sitting on the couch. Kind of like, to my knowledge, it looked like she was falling asleep.
And then shortly after that, did someone arrive?
Yes, sir.
And again, who was that?
Blue.
And what was Blue Abdul Robinson Sr. driving?
Challenger.
You remember the color?
It's like orange red, dark orange red.
Did both you and Leroy Whitaker leave the home and get into that car?
Yes, sir.
What about the clothes that you changed out of? Where were they?
Pajamas.
The clothing that you wore that we just saw in that video,
Yes, sir.
where you entered the home, what happened to those clothes?
We kept them.
You didn't leave them behind?
No.
Did you also still have Miss Buckley's phone?
Yes, sir.
When you got into the vehicle with Abdul Robinson Sr., was he the only person in that vehicle?
Yes, sir.
And did he then drive both you and Leroy Whitaker away?
Yes, sir.
Were there police still in the area?
Yes, sir.
Did you tell Abdul Robinson Sr. about what happened?
Yes, sir.
And so he became fully aware of everything that had took place.
Yes, sir.
Before telling him that, when you got in the car, did Abdul Robinson Sr., did he ask any questions of you?
Yes, sir.
What did he want to know?
He asked me.
Sustained.
Where did you go? Where did Abdul Robinson Sr. take you?
He took me to Grand Park.
Where in Grand Park?
Took me to Zay House.
Who was they?
Xavier Floyd,
Is he a friend
a friend
of who?
of Blue.
And what was the purpose of going to that home?
Switch cars.
Did y'all switch cars?
Yes, sir.
What car did y'all switch into?
We switched from the Challenger to Impala.
Whose car was that?
Karina.
Who's that?
That's Hakeem and Abdul's sister.
And then after y'all got into that Impala, where did you go?
We went to Blue House in Ocean Way.
When you first got to Abdul Robinson Sr.'s home in Ocean Way, was anyone else there that you remember?
Not that I know of.
Before you left, did you see anyone else? Did anybody show up?
Yes, sir.
Who was that?
Abdul and Hakeem showed up.
Did you change clothes?
Yes, sir.
How did you get new clothes?
Kareem gave us new clothes.
Did he have clothes at that home?
Yes, sir.
Did you ask Hakeem Robinson anything about what happened?
Yeah, I asked him like where he ran to.
And what did he tell you?
Told me he made it to some apartments.
Do you know what happened to the firearm?
He told me he threw it in the creek.
Do you know how he got away from the apartment complex that he made it to?
Yes, sir.
What did he tell you?
That Natalie came and got him.
While you were still at Abdul Robinson Sr.'s home, did you see anything or hear anything that kind of spooked you a little bit?
Yeah, we watched the news.
What'd you see on the news?
Seen a video of me and Scotty jumping the gate.
Did you eventually make it back to your apartment?
Yes, sir.
Was Gennaro there when you got there?
Yes, sir.
That evening, January 15, 2020, did you and Gennaro leave your apartment?
Yes, sir.
And while y'all had left your apartment, did you get pulled over?
Yes, sir.
And is that when you were detained?
Yes, sir.
And Gennaro as well?
Yes, sir.
And were you taken to the police station?
Yes, sir.
And while you were at the police station, did law enforcement attempt to interview you?
Yes, sir.
Now, during that interview, were you 100% completely truthful with them about everything that you had done,
No, sir.
about who you were with?
No, sir.
Did you even tell them who you were with?
No, sir.
Did you also, in that interview, deny touching or taking anything from Miss Buckley?
Yes, sir.
Were you still arrested?
Yes, sir.
And that was for the burglary
Home invasion.
of Miss Buckley's home.
Yes, sir.
After you were arrested, was DNA also taken from you?
Not in the interview.
Right, but by
Later on, yeah.
did photographs get taken of you?
Yes, sir.
And were those photographs of the tattoos of your arms?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge. I have no further questions.
All right, just a moment. All right, I think we're going to take a recess now since we've been going over an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes. And so I'll ask that you leave your notepads behind, ladies and gentlemen. Have a step into the jury rooms, your respective jury rooms for a bio break. We'll bring you out here shortly for the cross-examination. Remember, you're not to talk about this case among yourselves. Thank you very much.
The first interview, they took my DNA at this other time. Nah, my DNA wasn't done then. Like, wow. This is interesting. Like, what a way to go into the weekend, right? Like, wow. Go ahead. You're gonna name him the professional snitch. Like, if anybody need a snitch to testify, he is perfect. Like, I done seen some people get on the stand and they be like retracting. They be like, no, this didn't happen. Or they don't have a story right, like Robert Baker, you know, like when they trying to take the rap, just whatever the case may be. Like, yikes. Talk about tell all book. He got the dates, the times, the streets, the clothes, the weapons, the everything. You know, we wasn't there for 30 minutes. We was there for hours. Like, gosh, we parked over here. He jumped out of here. He was sitting in the front seat. He was sitting in the back seat. Like, y'all, I think he very credible. Because I almost think that if he was telling stories about or lying on somebody, right? If he was actually lying on someone, it would probably be hard. You know, he probably was doing a lot of pausing. Like, he like with his answers, right? He very prompt. He ain't got to think about it. You know, he corrected. I mean, this is perfect. This is perfect to all snitches out there that want to tell. If you're going to tell, make sure you tell and tell right. Stand 10 toes down. They go out here doing all this gangster stuff. I mean, just up there on the stand, I wanted to unalive him. I told her, yes, I did tell her that to scare her. Like, really? Yeah, he is pretty forward. It's scary that people out here are that blunt with this stuff, right? Gosh. Well, y'all know we got our TiVo time. So we'll get back to our boy here and see what else he gonna tell us today, right? Yeah, he probably gonna be in protective custody. I can't see them letting him be with everybody else because he won't make it. He ain't gonna make it. So young too, only 31. All right. Let me.
Charges that he could have been charged with but wasn't, or other favorable treatment in
agreement as well. Factually, Abdul Robinson Sr. has pled guilty and was charged with accessory after the fact. However, according to Mr. Barner's claim is that Abdul Robinson Sr. is the one that told him to get involved in the homicide, that he was going to pay him as much as at least $10,000, maybe up to $50,000. Hence my comment and opening statement that Mr. Barner is a paid-for assassin. And so I'm happy to proffer those. I do think it's fair game based on his cooperation.
All right, is there an objection by the state to that testimony? Okay, and what's the objection?
We filed a motion to eliminate to prohibit that testimony and questioning, specifically trying to get out the facts, specific facts and details of the other murder, and initially trying to impeach either Barner or Blue on the latter matters. That was one of the issues that we brought up
Do you expect the testimony to be any more than what you've just advised me? Because here's the thing, if it is evidence, and of course, when I took it under advisement on the motion in limine about any favorable treatment that senior is receiving, that is fair game. That is charges that he could have been charged with but wasn't, or other favorable treatment in that charge for which he is facing accessory after the fact instead of some higher offense. You would agree that goes to bias and that is admissible. All right. And is that the purpose of you wanting to get that information out from Dominique Barner?
Yes, along with the fact that what I think is different than any other witness who might be facing federal criminal charges, like say for narcotics. This particular crime is part of the plea agreement that both of these witnesses, Abdul Robinson Sr. as well as Barner, are going to be testifying pursuant to. And so therefore, I think everything encompassed within that plea agreement, along with basic facts of the case, is relevant towards understanding what kind of agreement they got, what his particular involvement was.
So that's what I'm trying to understand. And yes, I agree. Anything involving their plea agreement, yes, fair game, goes to bias, goes to favorable treatment, admissible. Details and facts on, you picked me up that day, I picked you up, we went, we got a gun, we got in a car to commit this other murder. I don't see how that is relevant or admissible. If you just want to lay a very basic, that's what I'm trying to get you to tell me is what are the limits of the facts that you're going to get into that other case?
I literally can read the court the questions I anticipate.
Okay, then do that, please.
And I'm going to make every effort in this cross-examination to actually keep to my questions.
Okay.
And this is only on behalf of Mr. Whitaker. Ms. Kawas may have additional details that she'd like to argue. But I was going to ask him, you've also been charged with the death of Damon Rothermel, right? Mr. Rothermel was an innocent bystander who was shot during a drive-by shooting on another target, correct? And you were formally charged, correct? Your best friend, Chris Brown, was charged, correct? Your friend, Derek Hudson, was charged, correct? And the actual target's name was P. Money, right? You searched P. Money out, right? Because you were going to get paid to kill him, right? You weren't exactly sure how much you were going to get, but more than 10,000, maybe as much as 50,000. And Abdul Robinson Sr. was going to put up money for that, right? Because he wanted him dead too, right? That's it about any facts as to it.
Okay. Any objection to those line of questions? If it's limited to that.
was more involved and could potentially been charged with a higher offense than the accessory after the fact, without getting into the facts of innocent victim, paid assassin, those types of things. But I think there's another way to do it. Barner would acknowledge that he believes that Robinson Sr. was more involved, therefore could have been charged with a higher offense. That's what the court did at. To insinuate that there's some sort of bias or treatment that Senior got without specifically going into acts of the victim.
Well, certainly that's for argument, I suspect. You're not calling him a paid assassin now. You're just laying out the facts that Senior paid him to commit this crime. Therefore, he could have been charged with something more than what he was charged with.
Correct, Your Honor.
I'm going to allow it if you limit it to those questions.
Those are the exact questions on my sheet.
Okay. Anything else as between the state and Mr. Whitaker's cross? Okay. We're going to do the cross, and I don't know how long you're going to be, but then we might take another brief recess before we do Robinson's cross. So that's why I'm not addressing Robinson if there's any issues that you all may have. But for now, do you believe any part of your testimony is going to elicit anything that Mr. Robinson's jury should not be hearing?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Honestly, I can't think of one question where I'm even concerned about it.
Okay. All right. Then with that, are both sides ready to bring the jurors back out and continue with the witness? All right, let's get Mr. Barner back on the stand and let's get the jurors ready.
Gosh, he way too comfortable for me.
Yes, let's bring the jury out, please.
Jury now in the courtroom. Your Honor, the jury is entered the courtroom.
Wow. Way too comfortable.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may take your seats. And so at this time, I'll call upon the attorney for Mr. Whitaker for cross-examination.
Just letting everyone get settled, Your Honor.
Yes, I agree.
And may it please the court.
You may.
Mr. Barner, big day for you, sir. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And sir, I'm going to beg you to put that microphone right in your face. I don't want to make you have to repeat anything. So we understand you are currently 31 years old, correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have a child that's 15 or 16 now?
16.
Back on January 15th of 2020, you would have been 26 years old, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On that same day, Leroy Whitaker was barely 19 years old, right?
Right.
Okay. And Hakeem Robinson was 21 years old, right?
Right.
And the closest one to your age would have been Abdul Jr., who was 23 years old, correct?
No.
Abdul Jr. is
Born
23
in
years old?
94, so you wouldn't have been 23.
How old do you think he was?
You're a year younger than me, so
You think he was 25?
I don't think I know.
Okay. Back in 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fair enough. And the first time you ever even met Leroy Whitaker, you were 23, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Leroy was still in high school, right?
Correct. Correct.
And you met Leroy through a very good friend of yours at the time, Mark Clayton, right?
Right.
Okay. And he's somebody that you ended up testifying against, right?
No.
You never testified against Mark Clayton?
No.
Or
Not.
you were just willing to,
Yeah.
and the case worked out
Right.
before you ever had to come into court and testify.
Right.
But you were more than willing to testify against your friend, Mark Clayton, right?
Correct.
And that provided a benefit for you, did it not?
Correct.
You got out of jail faster, didn't you?
Correct.
What year did you do that?
2017.
So before you even met Leroy Whitaker, you had your first cooperation under your belt, right?
So it was after I met him.
I think it was after you met him,
Yeah.
because you met Leroy when you were 23 and he was still in high school, right?
Right.
Okay. But you think that was before 2017?
It was 2017.
Okay. Okay. You didn't particularly have anything in common with Leroy Whitaker besides the fact you knew similar people, correct?
Say that again.
You didn't have anything in common with Leroy Whitaker when you first met him, did you?
No.
I mean, basically, you were very good friends with Abdul Jr., correct?
Correct.
Who was the cousin of 17-year-old Leroy Whitaker, correct?
I wouldn't say that they're cousins.
Okay, you don't know that Abdul Jr. Robinson is the cousin of Leroy Whitaker?
Never heard that.
Okay. How about Hakeem Robinson?
Yeah.
You do know that he's cousins with Hakeem Robinson.
Correct.
And you know that Hakeem Robinson and Abdul Robinson Jr. are brothers.
Correct.
Okay. You guys, you and Mr. Whitaker never ate a meal together, did you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
When you first met Leroy Whitaker, you ate a meal together? You spent time together like that?
I wouldn't say we ate a meal together, but
Well, the fact is
frequently.
you have testified before. You've never eaten a meal with him, right? I'm sorry?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Have you eaten a meal with Leroy Whitaker? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. When?
I don't know when.
Okay.
I don't count.
Okay. Is it your testimony you ate multiple meals with him?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember giving a deposition, sir?
I took a lot of depositions.
You sure did. Your first deposition was on November 15th of 2023. Do you remember that? That deposition?
Referring to which case?
This case. We'll get to the other cases
Yeah,
you
okay.
testified in.
Okay.
Just talking about this case right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. On November 15th of 2023, do you remember giving a deposition in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your second deposition on April 10th of 2024. Do you remember giving a deposition on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And then your final deposition on May 17th of 2024. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
And for the court and counsel, I'm going to be in the second deposition of April 10th of 2024 on page 162. I'm so sorry, I'm in the wrong deposition. Hang on. And I apologize, it's actually further down. It's 163 going into 164. Okay, question. I'm sorry, counsel. I am on page 165 and it's line 16. Question. Do you remember this, sir? Did you ever sit down and watch a movie with him? Can you think of a meal you ever sat down and ate with him? Answer, no. If I have, I don't remember. So is your testimony today, oh, you guys had lots of meals together?
You said what meal? You didn't say, have I had a meal with him? So the question is kind of different to me.
Okay, the question you were asked back in, and again, I'm on the second deposition of April 10th of 2024. Question, did you ever sit down and watch a movie with him? And again, we were talking about Leroy Whitaker. Can you think of a meal you ever sat down and ate with him? Answer, no. If I have, I don't remember. Do you remember making that statement, sir?
I don't recall.
Okay. And so what's your official testimony today here? Have you eaten a meal with Leroy Whitaker?
Yes, ma'am.
But you don't remember any details of it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say what meal it was.
Okay. You did have a strong bond with Mr. Mark Clayton, though, correct?
Correct.
And from January to May of 2018, you actually left Jacksonville and lived in the Las Vegas area, correct?
Correct.
And during that entire time period, you did not have any conversations with Leroy Whitaker, correct?
No.
Okay. Now, you've been in jail since January 15th of 2020. I think you were technically booked on the 16th, but they picked you up in the very late hours of January 15th, correct?
Right.
And they brought you in to be interviewed, and that was your opportunity to talk to him or not talk to him, right?
Right.
And you decided to talk to him, correct?
Correct.
And when they were questioning you specifically about Miss Buckley, and they told you that she identified you, right?
They didn't tell me it was her. I don't remember them saying her name.
But they told you that you had been identified.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And that's because you have a pretty distinctive tattoo, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind? Roll up your right arm. It's the 1993 is on your right arm, right?
Right. No, it's on my left arm.
Oh, and your left arm. Will you please show us? It's still there, right?
Yeah.
And so you've got it in large numbers?
Yeah.
And you weren't forthcoming with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office that night, were you?
Not completely. No.
Okay. Well, yeah, you actually lied to him, didn't you?
Correct.
I mean, it was an intentional lie, right?
Correct.
Told him specifically, you never touched Miss Buckley, correct?
Correct.
Told him specifically, you never took anything, correct?
Correct.
Told him specifically, you didn't know how you got picked up. You didn't know who picked you up, right?
Correct.
So on January 15th, you were willing to lie because it was convenient, correct?
Right.
I mean, you didn't want to tell him all the details of supposedly what you'd done, right?
No, ma'am.
Because you certainly weren't ready to cooperate yet, right?
No, ma'am.
Fast forward to August of 2020. You had remained in jail, right?
Correct.
Now, by this time, you've been formally charged with not one, but two full homicides, correct?
Correct.
And this second homicide dealt with the death of Damon Rothermel, right?
Correct.
Now, Mr. Rothermel was not known to you, correct?
No, ma'am.
He ended up being an innocent bystander whom was shot during a drive-by shooting on another target, right?
Right.
And you were formally charged with that homicide, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
As was your very best friend in the world, Chris Brown,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Chris Brown, who you've known since you were 9 years old, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And your friend Derek Hudson, also charged, right?
Correct.
And the actual target's name was P Money, right? That's his nickname.
Yes, ma'am.
and you searched P Money out, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Because you were going to get paid to kill him, right?
Correct.
You didn't know exactly how much, but you knew it was going to be at least 10,000, maybe as much as 50, right?
Correct.
And that was exciting, was it not?
I want to say exciting, but
Well, you and Abdul Robinson Sr. was going to put up money for that, right?
say that again.
Abdul Robinson Sr., who's also charged in that homicide, right?
Yeah.
He was the one that was going to give you the money, right?
Correct.
He's the one that put you up to it, right?
Well, no.
I'm sorry?
No, he didn't put me up to that. Is that?
Okay. You
He-
just knew he was willing to pay you money
Yeah.
for P Money to die.
Well, really, like, not specifically, but yeah.
Okay. In August of 2020, you're charged with 2 separate murders, a home invasion burglary, home invasion robbery, and aggravated fleeing and eluding. And you knew that either one of those murders could get you life imprisonment, right?
Right.
And more than that, you were charged with second-degree murder, right? And that's what you've entered pleas to, correct?
Right.
And you know that second-degree murder, under the laws of Florida, can be sentenced up to life imprisonment. No mandatory, but a judge certainly can impose that, right?
Right.
It gets different with first-degree murder, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were fully aware of that difference, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that difference is that for first-degree murder, when you think about it, when you premeditate it, there's only one sentence. And that is you will spend the rest of your life in prison. Mandatory life. So you knew that both of those murders, if you didn't come to some kind of deal, were going to go to first-degree murder, right?
Right.
So you were staring down, not one, but 2 mandatory life sentences, plus an additional, you knew you could get up to life for the burglary, correct?
Correct.
You could get an additional 15 years for the aggravated fleeing, right?
Right.
So in August of 2020, you decided, I'm going to look out for me, right?
Correct.
And by this time, you fully knew the state theory, correct?
As in,
You knew they thought Hakeem Robinson was the shooter, right?
I guess.
Well, they laid it out for you, didn't they?
They didn't lay nothing out to me.
And yes or no, sir?
No.
Is it your testimony that when you walked in August 2020 and met with the state attorney's office, that you didn't know the state of Florida thought Hakeem Robinson was the shooter?
Well,
I'm sorry?
I won't be able to answer that.
Well, either you knew or you didn't know, sir.
I just know they wanted the truth from me.
Okay.
That's what I gave them.
Okay. But you decided you wanted others to be prosecuted, right?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, you wanted Leroy Whitaker to be prosecuted, didn't you? Yes or no?
I just wanted to look out for myself.
Okay.
My best interest.
Okay. Going back to those depositions, back on April 10th of 2024, and just so the jurors understand, we're all in a room together. I was there, right, sir? You remember me being there?
Right.
You remember Mr. DeCoste being there?
Yeah.
You remember Ms. Kawas being there?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
answer out loud. You remember Mr. Joel Cooper being there,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
And you remember raising your right hand and swearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You remember doing that?
Right.
Just like you did here today, right?
Right.
Okay. And counsel, I'm going to be on, again, this is April 10th of 24, page 124, line 23. I must be in the wrong depot. My bad. And I apologize, my notations are off. I will find that and come back to it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Once again. Come on. You are testifying against them to get out of jail, right? Just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
And so your plea agreement, when you realized the state wanted your testimony, right?
Right.
And it worked out well for you, correct? I mean, you went from staring down 2 mandatory lives, having minimum guidelines of 41.8 years. And you understood the significance of that, right?
Yeah.
You understood that absent some statutory mitigating factor, of which cooperation is one, the court literally can't go below 41.8 under the laws in the state of Florida, right?
Right.
But they agreed to lower it for you, right?
Correct.
You got it lowered all the way that you can hope to walk amongst us in 20 years, right?
Correct.
And actually much less than that, because you have 5 years credit, right, sir?
Correct.
So in 15 short years, you can be out and walking amongst us, right?
Hopefully.
And you do have a lot of hope for that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, you feel in your mind it's justified that you should get 20, right?
Right.
Because in your words, you've provided justice. That, right?
Correct.
And that's why you, in your mind, should get 20 years for the death of 2 fellow human beings, right?
Right.
Okay. Your job, as we kind of sit here today, and as it has been since you signed up officially in September of 2020, that's when you did your plea agreement, correct?
Right.
Okay. It's been to make the state happy, right?
Well, as I stated before, it's not to make them happy. It's just to tell the truth.
Well, you need to satisfy the state, correct?
Correct.
Because they're the ones that are going to make a recommendation at the time of sentencing for you, right?
Right.
And they can recommend life in prison if you don't give answers that satisfy them, correct?
Correct.
They can recommend life in prison if you testify to something that's inconsistent with what they want you to testify to, correct?
Right.
And you have every incentive to give the answers in conformity with what you need to, correct?
Correct.
And it's helpful because, as we've established, this isn't your first cooperation, correct?
Correct.
And interestingly enough, after you agreed to testify against your friend, Mark Clayton, you actually told him, hey, listen, I'll recant. But you knew you wouldn't, right? Like that was kind of the funny part about it. You told him, oh, don't worry, buddy, I'll recant. But you actually knew you weren't. So you lied to your best friend too, right?
I wouldn't say I lied.
Well, you knew you weren't going, you told him, Mark Clayton, hey, buddy, I'll recant, right?
Right.
Okay, so you told him, I'm going to go in and tell the state attorney's office I lied. That's what you told your buddy, Mark Clayton,
Right.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you knew when you made that statement, you had no intention of doing that, right?
No, ma'am. I didn't know.
You didn't know you weren't going to do that?
I didn't know whether I was going to do it or not.
Okay. Same deposition back on April 10th, 2024. Let's see if my notations are right. 22. Line 17. Okay. Okay, so we were, and counsel, I'm on page 22, line 11. So we were discussing your testimony against your good friend at the time, Mark Clayton. So the question was, you were answering, so he was trying to get me to tell his lawyer that none of what I said was true. Question, to recant what you told the prosecution. Answer, right. Question, what did you tell him when he asked you to do that? Answer, I agreed, but I never did. Question, okay, so you told him you would do it. Answer, yeah. Question, but did the lawyer ever reach out to you? Answer, no. Question, did you ever reach out to the lawyer? Answer, no. So you did. You knew you were lying to Mark Clayton, right?
No.
What, you were still thinking about it?
Wow, his lawyer never reached out to me
And you never reached out to the lawyer?
because we had an agreement that his lawyer was going to reach out to me.
Okay, and I'm so sorry. So your testimony today
Right.
is that back whenever this was, you made a statement against your good friend that allowed you to get out of jail, right? Isn't that what you told me previously?
Right.
Okay. And so you're living large on the outside and you have conversations with your good friend and it's decided amongst you two, you're going to go in and recant, right?
Right.
And your testimony is that you were struggling with that decision and it was only because this lawyer didn't reach out to you that didn't happen?
I wouldn't say I was struggling. His lawyer just never reached out to me.
Okay. The reality is you like being out of jail, right?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, is it your testimony you
No,
like being
I like,
in jail?
I like being out of jail.
Okay. And you were out of jail and you were willing to lie to your friend to make sure that you stayed out of jail, right?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. What would you say?
I didn't know at the time.
You didn't know that if you were going to recant? What didn't you know?
I didn't know what I was going to do.
Oh, you didn't know what you were going to do.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you did nothing. You enjoyed your time out, correct?
The time never presented itself. So
Okay. You're actually no stranger to the witness stand, are you?
um, as far as
you
like right now,
testified?
yeah. As far as right now, yeah.
Meaning you've testified a lot, right? I mean, we just established you had 3 depositions in this case, correct?
Right.
And you've also testified in the Jermaine DeBose case, correct?
Correct.
And that was an interesting case. It wasn't in this courthouse, was it?
No.
It was in the old courthouse, right?
No, it was in this courthouse.
Oh, it was in this courthouse. So you were in one of these beautiful courtrooms, right?
Yeah.
And you walked right in and a judge was sitting where her honor is sitting, right?
Right.
And the clerk swore you in and you raised your right hand just like you did today and swore to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, right?
Right.
And then you lied, right?
No.
Didn't you lie in the Jermaine DeBose case to make sure that he got out of jail?
Yeah, I lied in the deposition,
Okay,
but I
you
didn't
lied.
lie at the hearing.
Oh, so you just lied under oath in a deposition.
Correct.
And you lied under oath after swearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You're explaining to us you knowingly and intentionally lied, correct?
Correct.
In a criminal case, right?
Correct.
And what was interesting about this lie is this was a lie to help him get out of jail, right?
Correct.
Not because you liked him, right?
Correct.
Not because he was your friend, right?
Correct.
You wanted to chase him down, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you fully admit that you have lied to police officers, right?
Correct.
You have lied to assistant state attorneys, right?
Right.
You have lied to defense attorneys, right?
Right.
You have lied under oath, right?
Right.
Let's talk for a moment about your participation in the death of Charles McCormick. You are the one who initiated this lookup of McCormick, right?
Correct.
You evidently were watching his Instagram quite often, right?
Well, I followed him on my fake page, so he'll be in my news feed.
Every time you looked at Instagram,
If he,
if he had posted something, it's just going to come up in your feed,
Correct.
right? Because you first made the active intention, just in case there are some folks who don't use Instagram, to specifically follow Charles McCormick, right?
correct.
You have to look up his name and then actually follow him. It's an intentional movement, right?
Correct.
And after you did that, you even went so far as to contact him, correct?
Correct.
Did you ever explain that to Detective Smith? How you contacted Charles McCormick?
No.
You never told Detective Smith?
No.
Okay. Did you ever pull up in your phone or through your own Instagram to share with law enforcement of how you communicated with Mr. McCormick?
Well, not Detective Smith, but
I'm sorry?
to attorneys.
I'm
the
sorry?
State attorney.
To the state attorney you did?
Yeah.
Okay. And once you started doing this research, you also used something called CORE, correct?
Correct.
And because I imagine our jurors don't know what CORE is run by the Duval clerk system here in the courthouse, right?
Right.
And any person who is accused of a crime, you can literally input their name and it will come up any pending charges or past charges, right?
Correct.
And then you can literally click on the case number and look at potentially police reports and pleadings, dispositions, that kind of thing, right?
Right.
It also includes the biographical information of whoever's accused, right?
Right.
And it can be as basic as a traffic ticket or as intense as a major felony allegation, right?
Right.
But it will list the address, right? Or the last known address, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's what you were looking for, right?
Right.
Because that's how intent you were that Charles McCormick should die, right?
Right.
And success. You did find such an address, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you took the next step. You actually tried to go through Google and try to figure out these apartments where Charles McCormick lived, right?
Correct.
And it's your claim that once you find this, that you evidently have some kind of phone conversation with Abdul Robinson Jr., Kareem.
Yes, ma'am.
And then all of a sudden, your claim is that Leroy Whitaker and Hakeem Robinson and Abdul Robinson Jr. just show up where you live, right?
When was this?
On the day that you found this address.
That we went and looked?
That's your claim, isn't it? Or is there a time lag?
Yeah, it was when he posted the picture. When we went in.
Okay. So after you go to the effort of finding an address, go through Google, call your friend Kareem, then I guess Mr. McCormick goes to Vegas. Is that when he went to Vegas?
Yeah, sometime after he posted the picture.
Okay. And so then you continuing to look through Instagram, continuing to look at your feed, you realize Charles McCormick is home, correct?
Yeah, I guessed it.
Okay. And so at some point you claim there's this trip, this road trip, if you will, from your apartment to the apartment complex where Charles McCormick lives, right?
Right.
You don't know exactly when that occurred, right?
It occurred January.
Before the murder.
Yeah, before the murder.
Okay. Not the day of the murder.
Yeah, of the murder.
Okay, I understand, and we'll get there. We'll talk about the trip where you go out with Chris Brown and stalk him for multiple hours. I'm back. I'm back when you're first finding this address. When you first find this address, you call Abdul Robinson Jr. That's your testimony, right?
Correct.
Okay. You do not call Leroy Whitaker,
No.
correct? But your claim is that Leroy Whitaker and Abdul Robinson Jr. and Hakeem Robinson just show up at your house, right? We're about to pull up, right?
On what occasion?
I'm sorry?
When?
When you went to go supposedly verify that's where McCormick lived.
Yeah, when he posted the picture.
Right, when Mr.
Right.
McCormick posted something that you noticed and you acted on, right?
Right.
But during this whole car ride, and this is the car ride that supposedly is just simply to verify Charles McCormick lives there, and let's figure out where he specifically took this photo, right?
Right.
And your claim is that during that entire car ride, there and back, not one word is spoken by anyone in the car about killing Charles McCormick, right?
Yeah, not that day.
Your testimony has always been, it was just understood, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you figure that there must have been prior occasions, maybe between Hakeem Robinson and Leroy Whitaker and Abdul Robinson Jr. You just weren't a part of them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you do remember having a full conversation with Chris Brown about Charles McCormick dying, right?
Correct.
You and Charles on, I guess, the early morning hours of January 15th, maybe even the late night hours of the 14th, you and Chris Brown decide we're going to go out to McCormick's apartment complex, right?
Right.
And you guys physically drive out there. What car did you guys drive out there in?
Chris' baby mother's car.
Baby mother's car.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be what you would call a clean car that could cause you to get caught, right?
Correct.
But I guess you were just stalking at that point, right?
Yeah, just to see. Yeah.
You and Chris Brown stayed out there for quite a while though, right?
No.
Okay. You just went out there to verify?
Yeah, we went out there and we seen that his car was back then across from where he took the picture at.
And you and Chris Brown hang out, and then you go back to your own home, right? That's your testimony?
No, we immediately left and then we went back to my apartment.
Okay. And then for whatever reason, although you and Chris Brown have had a full conversation about how important it is that Charles McCormick would die, Chris Brown leaves, right?
Yes, ma'am.
He's got to take his baby mama to work.
Correct.
Okay. And then interestingly enough, according to you, Chris Brown comes back, right? In baby mama's car,
Correct.
and he's back out at that complex, right?
Correct.
He evidently wants in, right?
Correct.
Because he's the one you had the big conversation with. Let's get this guy, Charles McCormick, right?
Correct.
And so going back to Willie Addison was the brother of Hakeem Robinson and Abdul Robinson Jr., correct?
Correct.
And the son of Abdul Robinson Sr. And I guess, if memory serves me, not a biological son, but somebody he personally raised. Is that your understanding as well?
I wouldn't say he raised him, but
Well, what's your understanding, sir?
it's just his stepson.
Okay, just his stepson.
Yeah.
Okay. But there was a close bond.
Of some sort, yeah.
Because on January 15th of 2019, 1 year before Charles McCormick is killed, Willie Addison is killed, correct?
Right.
And Willie Addison, he was older than you, correct?
I don't know.
Okay. Willie Addison had been in prison and had just recently gotten out before his death, correct?
Right.
Okay. And he'd been gone for quite a while, correct?
Right.
And in that car that's shot up, Willie Addison is killed. Abdul Robinson Jr. is shot in the head, correct?
Right.
Torgan Williams is also in the car. He's shot multiple times. Abdul Robinson Sr. is also shot, correct?
Right.
Leroy Whitaker was not in that car, was he?
No, ma'am.
Leroy Whitaker doesn't even know Willie Addison, does he?
I don't know.
Well, there would be a large age difference between them, correct? Or you don't know? You don't know.
I don't know Willie's age.
But Torgan Williams also got shot, correct?
Correct.
And Torgan Williams is also somebody you're friends with?
Yes, ma'am.
And Torgan Williams was out there that morning, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And according to you, Torgan Williams was also somebody, without necessarily any words, he just knew Charles McCormick was going to die, right?
That morning.
I'm sorry?
That morning, yes, ma'am.
On January 15th, 2020, right?
Correct.
Because it was Willie Day, right? Isn't that what Torgan kept saying? It's Willie Day?
I don't recall.
And according to you, sir, before you get to McCormick's apartment on the day of the murder, Leroy Whitaker, no specific words had come out of his mouth indicating he knew what you were doing or what the plan was, right?
Yeah, no words came out of his mouth.
Because
Right.
again, in your mind, everyone just knew, right?
Correct.
And in reality, you really don't have any memory of him saying anything at all, do you?
Well, when we got there, it was a discussion
And
how it was going to happen.
and you don't remember who said it, but your testimony is that when you're at McCormick's apartment on January 15th, there is developed this plan between the three of you that Leroy Whitaker is going to jump out of the car and run down Charles McCormick, right?
Correct.
And that he's got this big old gun that he's going to accomplish, right?
Correct.
Leroy Whitaker never gets out of the car, does he?
No, ma'am.
Leroy Whitaker never shot anybody, did he? On January 15th, 2020, Leroy Whitaker did not shoot a person, did he?
No, ma'am.
He did not pull a trigger, did he?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever provide your phone to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Well, it was at the house when I got arrested.
Well, once you decided to cooperate, why didn't you want to provide that for him?
It was gone.
Well, you want the state of Florida and law enforcement to believe everything you're saying, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, that's pretty critical for your future, right?
Yes, ma'am.
One would think you'd want to do everything you could, right?
Right.
But you didn't, right?
With what?
Your phone.
It was already gone.
Oh, it was gone.
Correct.
You are, according to you, sir, a changed man, correct?
Correct.
You are now Muslim.
Yes, ma'am.
You see things differently.
Yes, ma'am.
Previously, in your mind, you didn't understand why there was all this gun violence, right? Just didn't understand it, right?
Well, I understood it.
You understood it because you were doing it, right?
Correct.
But now you have empathy, you have mercy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
According to you,
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have anything further, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Are you prepared to do cross, or do we need a recess? Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and move forward then with cross for Mr. Robinson.
Okay, so we about to have a gangster lawyer come up here. So we know we about to be thoroughly entertained. We know she not about to, she ain't going soft on him at all. What do y'all think about that cross? So he wasn't involved in this. From what I gather, well, you don't need to. From what I gather, he wasn't involved in this incident that happened in Shopping Plaza that we were hearing a lot of details about. He might have been involved in some other stuff, but it don't sound like he got out the car. It don't sound like he did any shooting that day, right? I think she came in aggressive to kind of she want to be like the other lawyer, right? She want to make sure the jury is woke this afternoon. Now you thinking about something being woke. I know this next one, she gonna be off the chain. That's what I do know. But interesting. I don't know how they gonna, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He seemed very credible to me, even though he's a snitch now. He is a professional snitch, right? It wasn't like he was backpedaling on any of his answers. Not to me. It wasn't like he was trying to change it around. He was admitting, yeah, I'm doing this for me. Yeah, yeah, I did such and such. I did such and such. I did such and such. So, I don't know. Let's see what she got for him, because I know she ready to come up here and tear that butt up.
And just for scheduling purposes and for the jury's benefit, this is our last witness for the day. So just to let you all know.
May it please the court?
Yes.
Mr. Barner, I want to start by talking about how it is that you have ended up in this courtroom testifying for the state of Florida, okay? I'm going to go over some stuff that Ms. Schlacks went over already, but I might go into some further detail about it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as you sit here right now, you have been in jail for over 5 years.
Yes, ma'am.
That's because you were incarcerated since January 15th of 2020, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That was the day that you helped execute Charles McCormick, right?
Right.
And the only reason Charles McCormick was murdered was because of you, right?
And other people.
Well, let's break that down. You did not like the lyrics of the song that he put out, right?
Right.
You saw the post on his Instagram account, right?
Right.
You decided you wanted to kill him, right?
Right.
You started this, right?
I want to say I started it.
Well, it started with your irritation with his song lyrics, did it not?
It irritated everybody.
Okay, I'm not talking about everybody else, I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
It irritated you.
Correct.
That caused you to go on Instagram, right?
Right.
And now you sit here in front of this jury and you have a deal from the state of Florida, right?
Right.
And as part of that deal is you have to sit here in front of these juries and say that Hakeem Robinson was the shooter, right?
Correct.
Now, you would agree with me that when you make an agreement with someone and you get a benefit or a discount, like, you know, a price cut in half, that's something we call a deal, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're getting a good deal, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
A sweet deal from the state of Florida, right?
I want to say sweet deal.
Well, let's go through that. Because you're not only getting a deal on the murder of Charles McCormick, right?
Correct.
There is another case in which you're getting a deal on, right?
Right.
Charles McCormick is not the first person you have tried to kill, right?
Right.
How old are you again now?
31.
So at the time when this took place 5 years ago, you were in your mid-20s, right?
Right.
And you had 2 dead bodies under your belt that we know of, right?
Correct.
Now, the person you killed was Mr. Rothamel, right?
I didn't kill Mr. Rothermill.
Okay. You and Chris Brown, right,
Correct.
went out to try and kill P Money, right?
Right.
And the reason why you tried to kill P Money was it was the belief of Blue that P Money was the one behind the Willie Addison murder, right?
Correct.
That's who they believe did it, right? And so you were going out there. Mr. Rothamel was not the target, was he?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So you go out with Chris Brown, right?
Right.
To hunt down P Money, right?
Correct.
At the behest of Abdul Sr., right?
No.
He wanted him dead, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And he provided you with the car to commit that murder, right?
Right.
He provided you with the firearm to commit that murder, right?
Right.
Okay. So he gave you everything you needed to kill P Money. But he made sure he wasn't there, right?
Right.
Has you doing his dirty work for him, right?
Yeah.
And you had no problem doing that.
No.
Now, there was a shootout, right?
Right.
And you got shot. Yes?
Yeah.
But in that shootout, an innocent bystander on a bicycle died, right?
Right.
P Money didn't die.
No.
And you even said, you know, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're blaming the victim because of what you did, right?
I didn't blame him.
Okay, you didn't blame him being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Seems as if you're like, well, you know, his fault. He shouldn't have been there, right?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Now, isn't it true that you are willing to hurt people as long as someone is willing to pay?
Back then, yes.
Okay, and we are talking about that back then,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? And whether that's by a promise of money or a promise of freedom. If you're getting a benefit, you're okay with hurting other people back then because you're a changed man now, right?
Right.
So I want to delve into the details of this deal you made. So, and Ms. Sachs went over this, and I think she did a great job. Because in Florida, right?
Right.
What you did in that other case was first-degree premeditated murder, correct?
Correct.
We're talking about the Rothamel case, right?
Right.
The evidence they had against you and what you did qualified as first-degree premeditated murder, right?
Right.
And if Blue had given you, like you've testified on the oath today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You say you're telling us the truth, right?
Right.
And then if he had provided you with the tools that you needed to kill P Money, he should also have been charged with first-degree murder, right?
I want to say that.
Well, you understand the laws of principle, right?
Right.
Because in the Charles McCormick case, you didn't pull the trigger, right?
Right.
But you were charged as a principal.
Correct.
So because you drove them to the scene, right?
Right.
Because you knew what was going to happen, right?
Right.
You are just as responsible as everybody else, right?
Right.
So if Blue gives you the car to kill P Money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Gives you the gun to kill P Money, right?
Right.
He's done something to assist you, right?
Right.
And knew what was going to happen, right?
He didn't know what was going to happen.
Also, your testimony today is that Blue had no idea.
That day, he didn't.
Oh, the day, but he did know that that is what
That
was,
was-
that's what your
Yeah,
intentions were.
Yeah, we was, yeah.
Right.
We
And
was intentions, but that day he didn't know.
okay, but you don't need to know that day. As long as he knows that's what you're going to do and he gives you the tools to do it, that's enough, right?
Right.
Okay. So if Blue comes in here now going, I never gave him the guns and the car, he's lying, isn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And of course, if he doesn't know, then he can just be arrested for accessory after the fact, right?
Right.
Because that's actually what he was accused in the case that you have with Rothamel, right?
Right.
So, as we discussed before, first-degree premeditated murder, you take a plea to that or you are found guilty, there is no discretion. You will die in prison, right?
Right.
You're not going to leave that prison cell unless it's in a pine box, right?
Right.
Because in Florida, we don't have parole. Life is life. Now, what they did for you in that case is they allowed you not to plead to first-degree murder. They reduced the charges for you, right?
Correct.
Okay. They reduced it down to second-degree murder, right?
Right.
Now, even though that's all they charged you with, that's not all you're guilty of, are you?
No, ma'am.
Because you were in possession of a firearm, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to have firearms, are you?
No, ma'am.
You could have been charged with possession of a firearm by someone that was adjudicated delinquent, right?
Correct.
And what does that carry with it?
5 years.
No, 15 years in state prison.
Oh.
Okay. And the possession of the firearm alone carries a 3-year minimum mandatory under that charge, right?
Right.
But now in Rothamel, you fired your firearm, right?
No, ma'am.
Oh, you didn't. You just got shot.
Yes, ma'am.
But you had a gun with you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you're saying you didn't shoot the gun.
Yeah,
Right.
I didn't shoot no gun.
Because if you had been accused or they believed you shot the gun, now you have an additional 25-year minimum mandatory, right?
Right.
So you got a full free pass on the possession of the gun, right? In fact, you have none of that. In none of your plea or any charges, you're not in any way charged with possession of a firearm by someone adjudicated delinquent. You don't have those charges, right?
No.
And you possessed a firearm in Charles McCormick,
Yes, ma'am.
and you had a gun in the other one. So they just gave you a free full pass on that.
Well, I didn't have a gun in the Rothamel case.
You did when Blue handed you the gun, did he put it in your hand?
No.
You never touched a gun.
He gave it to me, but he didn't hand it directly to me.
What did he do? He put it on the floor and then you picked it up?
No, it was in the car. The car that
Okay,
he
did
gave.
you ever touch it or you never touched it?
Yeah, I touched it.
Okay, even if you touch it, that's actual possession, which means you get the 3-year minimum mandatory, right?
Right.
And even if you're just around it, convicted people can't be around firearms, right?
Right.
So now, so we've got those 2 cases that are covered by your plea agreement, which don't encompass all the charges that they just chose not to charge you with. You also have the burglary with an assault or battery, right?
Right.
And you were facing life on that.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's because burglary with an assault or battery is a first-degree felony, what we call a PBL. You know what PBL means, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What does it mean?
Punishable by life.
And Now, even though you were charged, you were also charged with home invasion robbery, right?
Right.
But that was for the exact same thing. The burglary with assault or battery kind of is like the same thing as home invasion robbery, right?
Right.
So they wouldn't have been able to prove that anyway. Right? So they changed the charge to burglary with assault or battery for you to plead to. You pled guilty to burglary with assault or battery, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, you're charged with that because you went into Barbara Buckley's home without her permission, right?
Right.
You terrorized her, didn't you?
Right.
You put your hands around her throat, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you choked her in her own home.
Yes, ma'am.
We know that you applied at least some force and pressure because you were able to leave your skin cells on her neck for the DNA. Right?
Right.
She asked you to leave. She even said that, you guys, get out of my house. Right?
Correct.
You didn't follow that instruction. Instead, you tried to scare her into thinking you might kill her if she didn't comply. Right?
Correct.
You can imagine how terrifying that must have been for her. Right?
Right.
But you just wanted to get away. So your plea agreement covers the 3 separate cases, the cases they know about as you sit here today under the state subpoena. You have immunity from anything you testify to in here today, right?
Can you explain that?
I will. So Florida statute says that any time that the state issues a subpoena for someone to come to court, within that subpoena is automatic immunity, okay? So that anything you say here can't be used later to prosecute you for something, right?
Right.
So if you were to commit perjury in front of these juries right now, you're getting a free pass on that, right?
Okay, let me see counsel and court reporter at sidebar.
Sidebar. What y'all got to talk about on sidebar? They're like, she being way too aggressive. She getting into too much.
If you were to pleading to first degree, also
All right, you may proceed.
okay, so now Mr. Barna, going back. So in the shooting with Mr. Rothamel, right? In that case, they allowed you to plead to second-degree murder, right?
Right.
They also,
I'm sorry, I need y'all to be quiet when you're coming into the courtroom. Thank you. Why don't you just wait, Ms. Kawasa, while everyone gets seated so that we don't have any further distractions.
no problem, Judge.
All right, you may proceed. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Judge. Okay. So in this case too, as well with Charles McCormick, right? They're doing the same thing for you as well. You're not pleading to first-degree murder. Well, you've already pled, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You already entered into a written plea agreement, a contract with the state, right?
Right.
And that case, they've also agreed to reduce that to second-degree murder, right?
Right.
Even though we know you committed a first-degree murder, right?
Right.
Now, as we discussed before, as Ms. Schlax brought out, the bottom of your guidelines, what that means is that if you were to plead to second-degree murder, it's no longer life. Your guidelines are 41 months in state prison, right? Minus what you've already done.
41 years.
Oh, did I say months? You're right. 41 years in state prison, right?
Right.
But they're going even a step further for 2 dead bodies, right? They, if you satisfy them, right, will come to court at your sentencing and make a recommendation to Judge Salvador to sentence you to 20, right?
Right.
Now, you've already done 5, right?
Correct.
But you also get gain time, don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Because there's no minimum mandatory, right?
Right.
So you don't do every single day of 20 years. You get 2 to 3 months off for each year you do, right?
Right.
You have any probation after that?
Not that I know of.
You didn't plead to any probation?
I wouldn't know that.
You would. It's in your plea agreement.
Yeah, I'm going to sustain the objection.
So there's a possibility that you could get 20 and the court could incorporate something more, right?
Right.
Now, without their recommendation, though, It doesn't even open the door for Judge Salvador to even think about giving you 20 years, right? Yes?
Say that again.
Unless they give a good recommendation and they say, Your Honor, we believe that you should go below the bottom of the guidelines. The state is satisfied that he has met the criteria of a cooperating witness. If they don't recommend that, right, you need their help to make that recommendation. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And it's interesting because your case is in front of Judge Salvador, right?
Right.
So you got to push on a show today, don't you? She's the judge that's going to sentence you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the people who are, I just want to make it clear, who you provided information against in the David Rothamel case, right?
Right.
Because it was because of you that everybody ended up getting arrested, right?
Right.
You kind of came in and goes, I'm going to solve that mystery for you guys, right?
Right.
And you threw Abdul Sr. in there, right?
Right.
Because of you, he was charged with that, right?
Right.
You also threw Derek Hudson in there, right?
Right.
You also threw in Chris Brown, right?
Right.
Now, how old is Chris Brown?
He's 31.
Your age, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you're 5'7"?
Yes, ma'am.
He's taller than you, isn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He's about 5'10", 5'11"?
I want to know the exact height.
But he's taller than you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He also had twisties and dreads in his hair, didn't he? Before he got arrested after you told on him?
I want to know.
You don't remember? You don't remember what his hair was like even though he was there on the day of the murder of Charles McCormick?
You said when he got locked up.
Okay, well, when he got locked up, he had dreads, right?
I wouldn't know.
Okay. But at the time, he did have hair on his head. He couldn't have been bald.
Yeah, he had hair on his head.
He had hair on his head, right? And he's skinny, right?
Slim. Yeah.
He's slim. All right. Now, those aren't the only people. You also decided to throw your girlfriend under the bus, right?
Yeah.
Janera Smith, the girl you were living with, right?
Right.
You decided to say, guess what? She was involved in that case with me too, right?
Right.
Now, we're going to get more into the issue with Janera Smith in a moment.
He done threw the whole boo up under the bus. Y'all hear this mess? This man has snitched on everybody. If you not talk about a professional snitch, I don't know who is. He is telling on everybody. He done told on his lady. Like he done told on the whole girlfriend. I was wondering why they wasn't together no more. Of course they can't be together no more when your boo done snitched on you. I hope they don't have no kids together. Now, if y'all didn't hear that he got a 15 or 16-year-old, yes, he just snitched on the boo. She said she gonna talk about it later, so I'm assuming we gonna find out what he snitched about. But dang, he cold-blooded. Like he holds no bars. Right, Jason? Like, have you ever seen snitching at like this? This is at its finest. Wow. How do you snitch on your boo thing? This is crazy work. Like I've not, oh my goodness. Like you wouldn't have been able to tell me that this man got on this, that he was saying all of this. I wouldn't have believed it unless I was seeing it myself. I mean, a professional snitch. Like he like, oh, y'all not saw that murder? Y'all not saw that? Let me show you how y'all can solve it. Let me show you exactly how you can solve it. I got all the answers. I know the who, what, when, where, and why. I know the boo. And she probably was only in it because of him. She ain't got no beef with none of these men around here. He is something else. Uh, uh. I hope he getting them big D's. Ain't that what they said yesterday at what's the name? At the BK hearing, getting those big D's. You used to get all them A, B, and C's. You was a professional P snitcher, but now you getting those big old D's. Like he didn't see, look.
I've seen him do it.
He done seen everybody do it. He in there telling. I mean, telling and told on the girlfriend. I'm done. Well, oh gosh.
And I want to talk about the Jermaine Dubose situation. Okay, hold on one second. I got went over all of that. Now, I know that the state and you have been keep saying that, you know, you haven't been promised anything, right?
Right.
But if you testify that it was not Hakeem Robinson that was the shooter, you don't get the deal. If you say it was someone else, you don't get a deal, right?
Right.
And I know you said it previously with Ms. Schlax, that you're saying, well, I have to tell the truth, right?
Right.
That's what I'm going to tell the truth here today, right?
Right.
But let's talk about what the truth actually means to you, okay? I'm going to talk about the history of the times that you have lied and that they know about it, okay?
Okay.
And we're not just talking about lying in everyday setting like, you know, regular people. I'm talking about you have lied in a bunch of different court proceedings, right? Depositions, right?
Right.
And I'm not talking about depositions in our case. I'm talking about depositions in the Jermaine Dubose case, right?
Right.
Everybody got together, the lawyers for everybody, and put you under oath, didn't they?
Right.
Same oath you took today, right?
Right.
In front of the presence of the state attorneys. And you lied under oath, right?
Right.
You didn't care about the truth then, did you?
Oh, no.
You lied to detectives before, right?
Right.
You have lied to state attorneys before, right?
Right.
And even when they know that you lied in those depositions, right?
Right.
Put that aside and still let you testify against Jermaine Dubose, right?
Yeah, at the hearing, yes, ma'am.
It didn't matter to them that they knew that you had committed perjury, did it?
No.
And nothing prevents you from lying here today, does it? We just have to take your word for it, right? That's a question.
What was the question?
We just have to take your word for what you say today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I want to also go into issues of perjury because you've gotten impasses on those as well, right?
Right.
Perjury is lying under oath, correct?
Correct.
It's not just misdemeanors. That's not a misdemeanor charge, right?
Right.
If you lie, for example, in the investigation of a homicide, you could be charged with a first-degree felony, right? Or you don't know.
I don't know.
And that's because you've never been charged with perjury, right?
Right.
Even though they know you did it, right?
Right.
Over and over again, right?
Right.
I mean, it won't look too good to this jury if you've had like 4 or 5 perjury convictions, would it?
No.
And the only ones who decide whether you get charged with perjury or not are the state attorneys. And they chose not to do it, right?
Right.
Now, kind of like Torgon Williams. That's a name that we've heard throughout this case, right? He is someone that was directly involved in the murder of Charles McCormick, correct?
Right.
They haven't charged him with it, right?
Right.
He's been roaming free for the past 5 years, right? As far as you know.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Because you've been in jail for the past 5 years.
Right.
And you told them all about Torgon Williams' involvement and everything that he did back in 2020, right?
Right.
But they didn't take your word for it because he was never arrested.
Yeah, it's sustained.
He was never arrested. He hasn't been arrested, has he?
No.
For the murder of Charles McCormick?
No.
So, going back to Jermaine Dubose. Jermaine Dubose, he is the one that killed your best friend, Christopher Bing, right?
He wasn't my best friend.
Christopher Bing was not your best friend?
No, ma'am.
Okay. But Dubose tried to kill you, right?
Correct.
You were hanging out in an apartment complex and he came out around the corner with an assault rifle and fired at you and your friend, right?
And what are the grounds? Yeah, I'm gonna have to hear counsel's argument on this matter, so I'm gonna.
Seemed like we got another sidebar.
Correct.
Okay. Now, let's talk about one of the murder cases. One of the names that I didn't mention that's in that Jermaine Dubose case, there's another co-defendant, right? His name's Shenard Cannon, right?
Right.
Now, he is a part of a group called 300, right?
Correct.
You are a part of 300, right?
Correct.
You're not a part of ATK.
No, ma'am.
You consider that group a brotherhood, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That brotherhood also includes Blue, right?
No.
300 is not a part of Blue?
No.
I'll get back to that. Now, Blue has a bunch of children, right? How many of them do you know about?
I can't give you a specific number.
But it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And to be clear, Hakeem has nothing to do with 300, right?
No.
You and Hakeem Robinson weren't close at all, right?
At a point, we got close.
So if we get your phone records, there should be a bunch of phone calls between you guys, right?
Right.
Okay, so if we pull your phone records, there's going to be calls between you and Hakeem Robinson on that phone.
Possibly, yes, ma'am.
Possibly. Okay, if the calls happened and you guys were talking all the time, they'll be there, right?
Right.
Oh, but wait, we don't have your phone because it happened mysteriously disappeared after you got arrested, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But nothing stops them from getting your phone records, correct?
Right.
Now, we discussed already, P Money is part of the group called 6 Block, right?
Correct.
As Mr. Cooper already laid out, 6 Block does not like ATK, right?
Correct.
And as it relates to the Rothamel murder that involves you, Blue, Chris Brown, and your girlfriend, Janera Smith, Hakeem Robinson is no way, shape, or form involved with that at all, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And we already spoke about the Willie Addison murder, right? That was a year before, correct?
Of
Of the killing of Charles McCormick.
correct.
So that's 2019, right?
Right.
And we've already established Willie Addison is not biologically related to Hakeem Robinson, right?
Correct.
It's Blue's stepson, right?
Right.
One of the girls that he was dating, he just happened to basically start taking care of her son. It's not his, right?
Right.
So they're not related, Hakeem Robinson and Willie Addison.
No.
And in that car, Hakeem Robinson was not in that car, right?
Of
the shooting of Willie Addison.
no.
But Blue was shot, right?
Right.
Torgon Williams was shot multiple times, right?
Right.
And Kareem was shot in the head, right?
Right.
And other people in the car were shot, right?
Right.
Now, in that case, after the murder took place, right? You got shot, right?
Right.
And then you were able to leave the scene, right?
Right.
And Janera Smith came to help you, right?
Right.
And Blue also came to help you, right?
Right.
Blue actually gave you money, right?
Right.
And stuff you needed to get out of town,
right?
Right.
And you and Gennaro, literally, with the bullet still in your leg, decided to leave town for months, right?
No, ma'am.
How long were you gone?
Less than a week.
Less than a week. Is that what Gennaro Smith is going to tell me?
Well, we booked the hotel for 5 days.
Right? And you went as far down south as where?
Melbourne.
Okay, all the way down there. And then you ran out of money, right?
Correct.
The money that Blue had given you.
Yeah.
So in the McCormick case, Blue helps you get away from Barbara Buckley's house, right?
Right.
Helps you get rid of your clothes, right?
Right.
Helps get rid of all this evidence, right?
Right.
And he also helped you in the McCormick case, right? Helped you and Chris Brown, though, right?
No.
He didn't, Chris Brown wasn't there? Oh, no, that's right. You actually assumed at one point that Chris Brown was dead, right?
Right.
But he ended up showing up and you realized he was alive.
Well, no. I had got word that he was still alive.
But Blue is the one that helped you then to get away, right?
Right.
And then helped you again in Charles McCormick's case to get away, right?
Right.
And Gennaro Smith, too, that's kind of what she did in the Charles McCormick case, right?
No.
Okay, so Gennaro Smith, you were living with her at the time, right?
Right.
And in the McCormick case, you end up going back to your house at some point, right?
Right.
You're getting nervous because you realize someone saw your tattoo, right? Didn't you guys pack up your stuff and get ready to go in your car, right? To leave?
No.
Where were you going?
We was going to Family Dollar.
And then to do what after that?
Go back to our apartment.
To do what?
Cook.
So you had just finished executing Charles McCormick, right? And what you were going to do that evening was go back and have a nice dinner with your girlfriend?
Correct.
Okay. But before you could get back home, JSO was on top of you guys, right?
Right.
You didn't get that far. You got pulled over, right?
Right.
But they accused Gennaro Smith of fleeing and eluding because she didn't stop the car, right?
Right.
You both got arrested that night.
Correct.
She arrested for fleeing and eluding, and you got arrested. They beat you that night, right?
Correct.
They put a gun in the back of Gennaro Smith, didn't they? Told her to stop screaming when they were beating you, right?
I don't know.
But she was let go that night because she was only charged with fleeing and eluding, correct?
She got released the next day.
Next day. But you remained in custody.
Correct.
And so before she was out for the whole 9 months before Hakeem Robinson got arrested, right?
Correct.
Because she was arrested the same day or around the same time Hakeem Robinson was, because that's when you decided to implicate her in the Rothermel case, right?
Right.
And you had been talking to her on the phone while you were in jail, right?
Correct.
Okay. So if anything, she had access to the internet, right? Everything that was going on with the case, and she was talking to you, correct?
Correct.
Now, eventually, when you flee with Gennaro on the Rothermel case, you got to come back. You ran out of money, right? And you had to get some work on your knee. Is that right? It was starting to bother you.
Right.
And did they pull, when you went to the hospital, they pulled the bullet out of your leg, right?
Correct.
Now, Gennaro knew that you were involved with that case, right?
Yes, ma'am.
She knew that you had been involved in the murder of Mr. Rothermel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she never came forward, did she?
No.
In fact, when you went to the hospital, isn't it true that police were called out there because you had a bullet in your leg, right?
Correct.
And anytime anyone has a bullet wound, it's mandatory. They have to call the police, right? And you lied to the detectives about how you got shot, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You told them about you were in Lake City and some fight broke out and you got shot, correct?
Correct.
And Gennaro Smith told that lie for you as well, didn't she?
Yes, ma'am.
The both of you came together with a little plot to come up with this story to tell law enforcement so that you would not get caught, right?
Right.
And she went along with your plan, didn't she?
Yeah.
Isn't it true that you threatened Gennaro?
Threatened her.
You threatened her
about whether or not she should come forward?
I don't recall.
No or yes?
I don't recall threatening her
Okay.
to come forward.
No, to not come forward. Like, don't snitch on me and Blue.
I never told her that.
But what would happen to her if she snitched on you or Blue?
Yeah, I'm going to sustain.
Okay, and so let's now go into the details of the murder of Charles McCormick. You did not know Charles McCormick, right? He was a stranger to you before this song was released.
Well, he's somebody that I knew of.
Pardon me?
I knew of him.
You knew of him, but you weren't friends.
No.
You didn't hang out together, right?
No.
And then he released that song that we just listened to, right?
Right.
And we discussed already that Charles McCormick is part of the same group as P Money, the one that Blue hates, right?
Yeah.
Now, you would agree with me in this day and age, well, you are a little older than everybody else, but things are a little different nowadays. You'd agree with me in the music industry, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Before, we wouldn't be able to just put out a song. You'd have to get signed by a record label, right? Nobody had access to the internet. There was no internet. If you didn't get signed to a record label, then your music doesn't make it on the radio and no one hears it, right?
Right.
But nowadays, if you create a song, if you want, you could create a YouTube page and just put it out there, right?
Right.
And you would agree with me, like YouTube, for example. If a song goes viral and people start watching and clicking and viewing, that's how people make their money, right?
Right.
And so you don't really need a record label anymore. You could try to do it on your own and hope that people, start watching and listening to your music, right?
Correct.
And you testified on direct that there's something called diss tracks, right? Where people sing about things that may, other people may find distasteful, but disrespectful to other groups, right?
Right.
But you'd agree with me that when you do something so shocking like that, like sing a song about shooting someone else, you're probably going to get more clicks and views, right?
Maybe.
And Charles McCormick did just that, right?
Right.
He sang, and we heard some lyrics that he sang about discussing the murder of Willie Addison, right?
Correct.
What was the clip that was played? Something about blowing out Willie Addison's head? Was that what it was? You remember the lyric that we listened to?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said he was smoking Willie.
He said he smoked Willie. So he's putting out into the music industry that he killed Willie Addison, right?
No.
So what
Said
does
he's-
smoking on Willie mean?
He's just he dissing the deceased person, saying he's smoking on him. He's not saying he physically killed him though.
Okay, but didn't he say things in that song about that murder that he knew nothing about, right?
Right.
Okay. So he's singing about an incident that was highly covered on the media here in Jacksonville, right? The shooting of Willie Addison was a big thing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Even Blue went on the news when that happened, saying how frustrated he was with JSO and why no one had been caught, right?
I don't know.
But there's no question Charles McCormick had nothing to do with that, but he still put a song about that very popular incident, right?
Right.
And it's probably because he wanted to get people to listen to the song, right?
Right.
And you did not like that. It angered you so much that you decided that you wanted to take his life, right?
Right.
Someone that you had never met before, right? In person.
Person, right.
He didn't disrespect Hakeem Robinson in that song, did he? He didn't say Ksoo's name in that song.
No.
He didn't mention anything about Hakeem, right?
No.
That's because Hakeem was not in the car in that shooting, right?
Right.
He disrespected Blue's son. That's who he disrespected, right?
Right.
And you were super close to Blue, right? Blue was like a father figure to you growing up, wasn't he?
No.
You wouldn't say that?
No.
He wasn't around? You didn't know him from you were a child?
Yeah, he wasn't a father figure though.
Because he was what? Gone for quite some time?
Yeah.
So there was a period of time in Jacksonville that he was not around.
Right.
He was your father's best friend though, right? Before he passed away?
No.
He was not.
No.
Your father was murdered, right?
Right.
Now, aren't there certain times that Blue would give you a place to live?
Yeah.
He had a trailer, didn't he?
Right.
Where he'd let you live, right?
Right.
You, Chris Brown, right?
No.
Chris Brown was never there?
He was there. He didn't stay there.
Okay. Janera Smith has spent the night there too, right?
Right.
Now, weeks before the murder, we talked about you looked up Charles McCormick's address on Core, right?
Correct.
You're saying that, and you testified on direct that this took place in December, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we can't figure out you can't remember which day it was, right?
Right.
You're aware that Hakeem Robinson was in California for most of December, right? If he knows.
If he has personal information, if not, then it would be sustained.
Were you aware of that?
No.
However, if you all were together and communicating here in Duval County, there should be records of that on the phone, right?
Correct.
Went over that. Going through, so go over things I've gone already, Judge. Okay, now you say that when you got this information, there's two people you sent it to, right? You sent it to Kareem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you sent it to Chris Brown too, right?
Right.
He shared the same desire that you did to kill Charles McCormick, right?
Right.
So much so that you and Chris Brown, on your own, the two of you, go out to stalk Charles McCormick, right?
Right.
Now, on the day of the murder, when you guys had done that in the middle of the night to go to his apartment, you and Chris Brown alone, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You are now placing Chris Brown at the scene of the murder, aren't you? On the day of.
Not the scene of the murder.
Okay, well, you're placing him around the victim's home, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if anything, and they look up his phone records, he's going to be pinging there, right?
Right.
And at this time, you were taking drugs, right?
Right.
You were smoking weed and doing Molly, weren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you claim after you and Chris Brown go and do that, you come back to your apartment, right?
Correct.
No sleep, still awake.
Right.
And at 4 a.m. you say Kareem comes to pick you up. Kareem comes to pick you up, right?
Well, I called him at 4 o'clock in the morning.
You call him at 4 a.m. Said, let's do this, right?
Right.
But you called Kareem. You didn't call Hakeem Robinson, right?
No.
You didn't call Leroy Whitaker, right?
Right.
Now, you jump in the car, you have your firearm, right?
Right.
You Glock 22, 23?
Correct.
You're not supposed to have that gun, right?
Right.
Where'd that gun come from? You didn't buy it.
No.
Where'd it come from?
I traded it
Traded what for what?
for a Glock 19.
Okay, so how many guns did you have at that time in your house?
I can't recall.
Was it more than one?
Yes, ma'am.
Multiple firearms that you were not allowed to have, right?
Right.
So then you go and you say that you go to a different location, and your testimony was that you guys were originally in a Dodge Journey. Now, on direct examination, you said that that's Hakeem's car, right?
Yeah.
That's Kareem's car, right?
But to my knowledge, it was Hakeem's car.
When you say to your knowledge, what made you believe that the car belonged to Hakeem?
You keep a rental car.
Okay, he keeps a rental car. How many different rental cars have you seen him with?
A bunch.
A bunch. You don't know if he rented that car, right?
He never rented it himself.
So it's not his car. Whoever rented it, it's theirs, right?
Right.
And it's Kareem's car. But today you're saying it's Hakeem's, right? But you don't really know who rented the car, correct?
Well, he tell me his mama rents the cars.
He says that his mom rents cars. Did he say his mother rented a Dodge Journey for him and that this was this car?
No.
Okay, you're just guessing and assuming, right? When you say a statement like that, you assumed that the Dodge Journey was his, right?
Right.
So then you claim that you then go to another location and pick up the Nissan Altima, right?
Right.
Now, it's your testimony today that that's the first time that you'd ever seen that car?
No.
Oh, it's not, right?
No.
You've seen that car before, right?
Right.
That car you guys have been using for 2 months, right?
I don't know the exact number of months.
But it's been a while and you guys have been in and out of that car, right?
Right.
That car has been at your apartment before, hasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you all say you jump in that car. It's still now early. You've been awake all night on Molly and weed, right?
Right.
But you're able to clearly testify about all these details today, though, right?
Right.
So you then go, you get to the location, and you're all sitting in your cars, right? I mean, in the Nissan, correct? And once again, Chris Bound pops up, doesn't he?
When?
When you guys return with the Nissan. Right before the murder, your testimony is that Chris Brown was there, right?
Yeah, McCormick's residence, yeah.
At McCormick's residence. So Chris Brown's phone will be pinging there, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Someone else was there too, Torrigon Williams, right?
Right.
Kareem was there too, right?
Right.
Okay. And Kareem and Torrigon basically did the exact same thing, correct? If in terms of their involvement in this murder, right?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Their level of involvement is the same. Torrigon Williams and Kareem. If it's not, let me know. Do you think one is
And then-
more involved than the other?
Oh, you saying them together?
Yeah, Kareem and Torrigon, like they're
Yeah.
kind of on the same,
Yeah.
they
yeah.
did the same thing, right?
Right.
But Kareem got arrested and Torrigon didn't.
Correct.
So you're sitting there now for 3 to 4 hours, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You got your phone on you?
No.
You don't have your phone on you? You left your phone? Did you have your phone when you went into Barbara Buckley's house?
Oh, I'm thinking of something else.
Okay.
I think you saying here today.
Oh, no, I know you don't have a phone here today.
Oh,
On the day of the murder,
yeah.
you had your phone with you, right? You guys are sitting in the car for 3 to 4 hours, waiting, stalking Charles McCormick, waiting for him to come out, right?
Correct.
You've got your phone, right?
Right.
You're all up on your phone doing things?
Yeah.
Leroy Whitaker in the back, all up on his phone doing things?
I can't recall.
You can't recall if he was on his phone.
He was doing things on his phone.
Was he on his phone?
I can't recall.
Okay. Hakeem Robinson on his phone?
I don't remember.
What his phone look like? Hakeem,
He had an iPhone.
an iPhone. What color?
I don't remember.
What did it have a case?
Yeah.
Okay, what color was the case?
It was clear. It was a clear case.
Clear case, so you could see through the back to the, what was the color of the iPhone then? Because you can get white, silver, black, what was it?
Can't remember.
Can't remember. Don't know what was on the screen of that, right? Can't remember. Did he have more than one phone?
Don't remember.
You only saw, you don't remember. Okay. Now, you claim that at some point, and we've heard about this before, and you've testified about this before, where you claim that Abdul and Kareem had called Hakeem to say that they were in the area, right?
Abdul and Kareem.
I'm sorry, I have it as Abdul Jr. / Kareem. So let's just keep it as Kareem because that's the same person, right? Kareem, you testified to before, called Hakeem. Kareem called Hakeem to say that they were in the area, right? That phone call never happened?
Hakeem called Kareem.
Okay, so now your testimony is that Hakeem called Kareem, right?
Yeah.
So that should be on Kareem's cell phone records, right?
Should be on Hakeem's cell.
Should be in Hakeem's cell phone records, right?
Yeah, he called.
He called. So, well, when you call on one and someone receives it, it's going to be on each person's phone records, right?
Right.
Now, I want to talk about something that you testified to today for the first time. And I want the jury.
Yeah, I'm going to sustain, just ask the question without commentary.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you testify on direct that you witnessed a phone call between Raekwon Howard and Dominique Barnell? When Mr. Cooper was asking you questions, right?
Yeah.
He asked you, did you see Hakeem Robinson make a phone call to Raekwon Howard while you guys were in the parking lot?
Correct.
And you said yes, right?
Right.
Now, in this case, you sat just for us 3 separate depositions, right?
Right.
And these depositions weren't short, were they?
No.
You were deposed by all of the attorneys for over 9 hours, right?
I don't know the exact hours.
But it was on 3 separate occasions.
Right.
And we had to actually break it up into 3 because each day we went till 5, right? And we ran out of time.
Right.
Each attorney for each defendant painstakingly went through very detailed questions, right? Step by step about what happened, right?
Right.
And you never once mentioned in any one of those depositions to any of us in the presence of Joel Cooper that you saw a call from Raekwon Howard on Hakeem Robinson's phone. Did you?
Well, they already knew that.
Say what now?
They already knew that.
Okay, they know that from Raekwon Howard. I'm talking about you. When we are sitting down and asking you questions, you told us so many details about every single thing that you did, right? You even remembered this phone call from Hakeem to Kareem, right?
Right.
And we would ask you questions. What happened next, right?
Right.
Miss Slacks at one point even had to say to you, Mr. Barno, I don't want a situation to show up where we are in a courtroom in front of 2 juries and you say something we've never heard before, right?
Right.
And the first time that any of us have ever heard from your mouth that you witnessed a call from Raekwon Howard to Hakeem Robinson was today, right? You've said it before?
Yeah.
Where?
I told the state.
Okay. Oh, okay. So let's talk about that. You told the state when I wasn't there, right?
Correct.
You told the state when Mr. DeCoste was not there, right?
Right.
When you told them?
I don't remember the exact date.
Did you recently meet with the state attorneys in preparation for your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times did you meet with them?
All right, let me see court report on counsel at sidebar.
Like, he is not playing with that cars, right? They gonna have to do some redirect because she ain't playing with him. I don't think she gonna even be done with him.
It was relevant, but
You didn't tell us about that phone call, but you told it to Mr. Cooper, right?
yeah, it was never asked by y'all.
So because we didn't specifically ask you if there was a specific phone call from Raekwon Howard, you didn't think at that time it was relevant to let us know that?
I don't know.
Don't
They
know.
know. They knew though. State knew.
The state knew how important that statement was, right?
Right.
Because what you're telling this jury today is that you witnessed him speaking to Raekwon Howard that he was going to kill someone, right?
Right.
That's like a confession, right?
Right.
You didn't think that was relevant to tell the lawyers for Hakeem Robinson?
I mean, it was relevant, but I don't know.
Okay. Now, you're saying that that took place in the car. When was that phone call phone call that you witnessed?
Before we switched positions.
What do you mean before you switched positions?
Before we switched the spots.
So you're already in the parking lot. You weren't driving, right?
Right.
You're already parked, right?
Right.
So there wouldn't be any, and you said what kind of call was it? Was it a phone call, a FaceTime, an Instagram? What was it?
Instagram.
How do you know it was Instagram?
Well, guessing it was.
Say what?
Guessing it was.
You're guessing it was Instagram. It's funny that you commit to Instagram as being the call, right?
Right.
That's what you chose, right?
Right.
When you met with the state attorney's office, did they show you any of Hakeem Robinson's Instagram? Well, it's in his celebrity account. Did they show you any of his records from Instagram?
No.
Okay. But you were initially charged in this case, right?
Right.
And when you're initially charged, you actually had an attorney, right?
Right.
And you get discovery in the case, right?
Right.
Okay. So you were privy to all of the filings and all of the recordings and all of the evidence that they had, right?
Right.
And you got to go through that with your attorney and study it before you decided to come forward, right?
Right.
Okay. So according to you now, we know you say that Hakeem Robinson had his phone.
Right.
You're not sure how this call took place, but you clearly remember what he said on the phone, right?
Right.
Now, Raekwon Howard, how you know it was Raekwon Howard?
Wow. Told me.
Who told you?
Hakeem.
Okay, so now you're saying it's not only that, he now said to you something else, right?
Right.
So now, okay, so things are developing as we're sitting here. So you're now saying he turned to you and said, so I just called Raekwon Howard.
No, he told me he was about to call him.
So he tells you, I'm about to call Raekwon Howard, right?
Right.
You don't say to him, don't call anybody because we're about to commit this murder, right?
I don't.
You don't. You, the one who was so concerned about not using Chris Brown's car because that can be traced, right?
Right.
You allow him to make a phone call to Raekwon Howard, right? And in your presence, you say he tells him what he's going to do, right?
Right.
That makes Raekwon Howard a witness for you guys, right?
I
Against you guys.
wouldn't have knew that.
How would you not have known that?
I don't know the legal system like that. So I
You do know the legal system, Mr. Barno.
I wouldn't have knew that would have made him a witness at the time. I wouldn't have knew that.
The fact that Raekwon Howard had a conversation with Hakeem Robinson where you claim he confessed to him is not a witness in the case?
I wouldn't have knew that.
And let's talk about what you do know about Raekwon Howard. What do you know about him?
As in,
You know anything other than his name,
I know his nickname,
which is?
Pooh,
Anything else?
50K.
Okay. Any other details about him? When's his birthday?
I have no idea.
Isn't it true that he's a part of 6 Block?
Associated with, yes, ma'am.
He's associated with 6 Block, the op group to ATK, right?
Right.
And your testimony before this jury is he decided to call someone from the op side to confess. Is that your testimony?
Right.
You also mentioned on direct examination that there was a call from Hakeem to Kareem at some point because he said he wanted them to surveil to see if there were any cops in the shopping plaza, right?
Right.
So that's another call that should be reflected on Hakeem Robinson's phone, right?
Right.
Okay. So I pass forward. You claim now, though, that right before the murder takes place, Chris Brown is gone, right?
Right.
Now, you testified that, I think I brought it out already. Now, we all know what happens. Well, what you claim happens is you sit there and you watch as who you say is Hakeem kill Charles McCormick, right?
Right.
You flee the complex and you end up crashing, right?
Right.
You end up jumping the fences and ending up in Miss Buckley's house, correct?
Right.
Now, at some point, right, you guys send your location to Blue, right?
Right.
But that's not the only person you sent your location to, right? Isn't it true that you tried to send your location to Natalie Bryant, right?
My phone was dead, so
But you're aware that an attempt was made to send a pin drop to her, right?
no.
To her and Torrigon Williams, right? You told this to the detectives in your statement in August. I can show it to you if you want. Do you not remember saying that? Do you not remember that?
I mean, I would have to see it.
I'll show it to you. So just so that the court understands, and the jurors, that when you were arrested, you gave a sworn statement to Mr. Cooper, right?
Right.
I need to pull it up. I don't have. I'm just going to pull it up on my computer. Now, this, of course, is when you've decided to cooperate, right?
Right.
You're now sitting with Mr. Cooper, right?
Right.
Your lawyer is there, right?
Ms. Jameson.
Yeah.
Right.
Is she here now? She is. She's back right there, right?
Okay, sustained. Let's move it along with the questions.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you.
So I'm just looking for the transcripts of statements, just to pull it up. Have one moment, Your Honor. I'm gonna get back to that. I'm gonna have Mr. DeCoste pull that up so I don't waste any time. I'm gonna go forward and then I'm gonna come back to that, okay? Once that's up, I'll go back to it, all right? Now, so once again, you say eventually Blue is the one that picks you guys up, right?
Right.
In the Dodge Challenger, right?
Right.
You claim that you explain everything to Blue, right?
Right.
And then you leave and you go to someone by the name of Zay's house, right?
Right.
Okay. So who's Zay?
It's a friend of Blue.
Friend of you or friend of Blue?
Mine's too.
Okay, so all of y'all's friends. Is he a part of 300 as well too?
No.
Okay. So you go to his house to change clothes, right?
No.
What did you go there for?
Switch cars.
Oh, okay. So what you're doing now is Blue doesn't want to be seen in that red Challenger either, right?
Right.
So now you're trying to get rid of the Charger, right?
Challenger.
Sorry, the Challenger, right?
Right.
And then later on, you try to get rid of your clothes, right?
Right.
And the clothes were burned by Blue, weren't they?
I had no knowledge of that.
Okay, so who did you give the clothes to?
I left him over his house.
Over at Blue's house, but you don't know what he did with it after that.
I got locked up that night, so
Okay. So I can ask Blue.
yeah.
Now, the very same day that this all took place, even before you got apprehended by police, you would agree with me that the video of the shooting was all over the news, right? They reported it all on the news about the shooting in that strip mall, correct?
Right.
Okay. And from day one, from that day, you freaked out, right?
Right.
So you went back home and then you went to go to your girlfriend, right?
Right.
You jump in the car and then that's when you get pulled over and apprehended by police, right?
Right.
Now, you first go in and they put you in a room in the interrogation room at JSO, right?
Right.
And in that room, there's audio and video recording, right?
Right.
So JSO has the capability to record and video anything that you said, right?
Right.
And in this case, they actually did that, right? In your first statement to the police officer, right?
Right.
Okay. And the detective, this is not Detective Smith, it's Detective Richardson, right? Or you don't remember his name?
I can't recall his name.
Okay. Do you know what Detective Smith looks like?
I think that's who interrogated me on
Second time.
The second time.
Okay, but it was a different one the first time, right?
Yeah.
And you lied to him in that over and over again, right?
Right.
What you were doing that day, you told him I was chilling and going to Family Dollar. That was a lie, right?
I told him that we was trying to get Janier's license.
Okay, but that was a lie, right? Because in the day you were trying to kill Charles McCormick.
Right.
They so bully. Y'all see how they ended that? They just ended it. They just ended it and put Angry Birds on. Like, where they do that at? Like, they literally just ended it. See?
Yes, ma'am.
He's a... Oh, okay. So you go to his house to change.
Yeah.
And then when he says that you're not
Oh,
involved in the murder and that he wants to hear from you.
oh, yeah, they saying that this is the star witness here that we just listened to, the snitch. I'm assuming that he gonna be back on the stand Monday because, yeah, they just ended it like that. Just boom, that's it. Oh, okay. Maybe this the rest of it. Hold on. Let me see.
You wanted to talk to the state first
Right.
before admitting what you did, right?
Yeah.
And that's because you wanted to secure a deal from the state first before talking to Detective Smith, right?
Right.
Smart, right?
Right.
Because if you say something to Detective Smith, they may not agree and give you anything, right?
Right.
Negotiate with the people who have power first before you give up the information, right?
Right.
So months go by, months go by. You have all the evidence in the case, all the phone records, the DNA, right?
I didn't have no phone records.
You didn't have the phone records. You didn't go over the phone records that was provided in your case with your lawyer?
No. I didn't have no phone records.
Okay. But then in August is when you decide to cooperate, right?
Right.
You decide you want to try and cut a deal, right? And that's because the main thing, according to you, is you knew your DNA was on Barbara Buckley, right?
I don't understand what you're saying.
So the reason why you know you were caught red-handed is because your DNA was found on Barbara Buckley's neck, right?
For the home invasion?
Yes, for the home invasion.
Well, I knew I was caught because of the identification. Of
By
the
her?
tattoo in my, yeah, she identified me in a lineup.
Okay, so with that, you knew you were cooked, right? Okay. And now you're in custody at this time, right? And before you go on record to give your statement, you had a meeting before, off record, with the detective, right?
What detective?
Okay, so when you're gonna go cooperate, right?
Right.
You first have a meeting with law enforcement, right? Detective Smith was there, right?
Can't recall.
And if you want, I can pull up a screenshot of just a screenshot of the video of you speaking to Joel Cooper, right?
Right.
I'm going to have you take a look at it so you can identify the people who are there, okay? Without showing it. And Your Honor, would you mind if Mr. DeCoste approached?
Sure.
Barnard?
He can approach the witness.
And for the state, it's just no audio, no nothing. We're just showing him the beginning portion of the recording of his statement in August.
Show the state first, please.
It's gonna be later.
And this is for the refreshing of the
Just a
witness's
refreshing.
recollection?
Correct, Judge. He said he didn't remember who was there.
Okay. Then just show it to Mr. Barner only, please.
Has your memory been refreshed?
Because I want to be.
You recognize yourself in that video?
Yes, ma'am.
You also saw Detective Smith in that video, right?
Right.
And he had a bunch of papers in his hands, right?
Yeah.
Those are the pictures of the other people involved, right?
Well, I don't remember what he had in his hand.
But before going into that room and the recording device being turned on, you sat down with Detective Smith before so he could see what you had to say, right?
Attorneys,
And your attorney, yes, of course.
the state.
Yes, so everybody's there, right? But it's not recorded, right?
Right.
They do a little run through of what it is what information you have, right?
Right.
But because it's not recorded, I don't know exactly what was shown to you, right?
Right.
And it's no way documented, right?
Right.
Because even as you sit here today, you didn't remember that Detective Smith came in the room. I had to show you the video, right?
Yeah, I remember Lee Hutton showing me the pictures.
You remember who?
Lee Hutton.
Lee Hutton. Who is Lee Hutton?
He was the prosecutor on the Rothermere case.
Oh, so one of the prosecutors at the state's attorney's office at that time that's not sitting in this courtroom.
Right.
Okay,
He
so
showed me the pictures.
also a completely different prosecutor who wasn't involved in the case was showing you the pictures and stuff, right?
Correct.
But this is before you go on to the audio video recording that we get a copy of,
Right.
right? So before you started answering all of Joel Cooper's questions on that recording, you'd already gone through everything, right?
Yeah.
and this is where I'm going to pull it up if we have that statement. Going back to what we were talking about before, when I had asked you about the pin drop being sent to Natalie Gant and Torgon Williams. Did you find it? So you're saying right now that you don't remember whether or not you told the state attorney in that recorded statement that Natalie and Torgon Williams were sent a pin to try pick you guys up.
I don't remember that.
You remember it?
They was contacted.
Right. And when I say that, like, you guys reached out to them.
Right.
To see if they could come pick you up.
Correct.
And that you learned that they were stopped by police.
Correct.
Right? So Natalie Gant and Torgon Williams were supposed to try and save you guys, right?
And Abdul.
And Abdul.
Right.
But they couldn't because they had been pulled over.
Right.
So the next try was to Blue, right? Okay. So you do now remember saying that to them, right?
Yeah, but I don't remember me saying that a pin was dropped to Natalie.
Okay. I mean, but you do remember giving, and I didn't say specifically to Natalie and Torgon, right?
Right.
They were dating at the time.
Yeah.
Right? That was his girlfriend. He was living with her.
Yeah.
Right? But in your mind, you had told them that those two were supposed to come and pick you up, right?
Attempt, yeah.
Attempt. They didn't pick you up. We know that, okay? But they were supposed to, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Natalie Gant's name was thrown into this all the way in August, right?
Right.
Now you say that. So if Natalie did anything, for example, with Torgon's to try and help you get away, and she knew what was going on, that would make her an accessory, like Blue, right?
I'm gonna, unless he has independent personal knowledge, otherwise you're asking him a legal conclusion.
If he
And
knows.
I would sustain that objection. But if he knows,
You know?
No.
Okay. That's good. All right. So no one at this point is arrested at all in the David Rothamel case, right? Except for you.
Except for me.
And no one else is arrested in Charles McCormick at that time, except for you.
Right.
Okay. But now in this meeting, this is who you've given to them, right? Torgon Williams, right?
Correct.
Natalie Gant, right?
Right.
Abdul Jr., aka Kareem, right?
Right.
Leroy Whitaker, right?
Right.
Blue, right?
Right.
And also to Hakeem Robinson, right?
Right.
Who you knew they thought was a shooter, right?
Yeah.
And because of you and what you said, they go and arrest Hakeem Robinson, right?
Right.
They don't arrest Torgon or Natalie, right?
Right.
And Hakeem's arrest is all over the news, if you know. Do you know if it was all over the news?
Yeah.
You do know, right?
Right.
It made its way to you even in the jail that Hakeem Robinson, aka Ksoo, was arrested for the murder. It was a big deal, right?
Right.
And ever since then, only if you know, the case has been covered in the media, right?
Right.
Now, you'd agree with me the moment that you commit to Hakeem, or you commit to anyone, you commit to Blue being there, or you commit to Torgon Williams, you can't come back and change your testimony, right?
Right.
Because if you do that, they may not give you the recommendation that you're seeking, right?
Right.
You even turned on your girlfriend, right?
Right.
Did you love Janera?
Yeah.
Okay. But in that moment, you were okay giving her up for an accessory after the fact to murder.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you needed to help yourself, right?
Right.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Right.
Now, at the time, you testified that your height's 5'7"?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you remember what you weighed at that time, right? or you don't know?
Can't recall.
Can't recall. Do you know someone by the name of Shifton Hogan?
No.
Name completely ring a bell to you, or you have no idea who that is?
No.
Now, another thing I want to talk about is today you testified that while you were in the vehicle, right, that Hakeem Robinson touched your firearm.
Correct.
Okay? When we sat down in depositions, right, did you ever tell us that before?
Can't recall.
Can't recall. Did you ever tell Joel Cooper that before today, or the state attorney's office before today, that you witnessed him touch the firearm?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But this is already after you know that his fingerprint was found on your firearm, right?
It's something that I seen.
Oh, okay. But the only time that we as a defense is hearing about it is today, 5 years later, right?
I wouldn't know that.
You never told us about it before.
Can't recall.
Yes. So going back, I wanted to go back to this, okay? And this is the final area before I'm finished, okay, Mr. Barno? I was going over what was said between you and Detective Smith in that interview when he came to you and showed you the video and said, I know you're not my shooter, right?
Right.
And I was asking you about things that he had said to you about chains and things, and you said you don't remember, right? Would it refresh your recollection if I were to show you a copy of the transcripts of the statement that you made that day? So you can see exactly what was said. That would remind you of what Detective Smith said to you and what you said, right?
Right.
Okay, so for the record, we're referring to the transcripts of that statement. You remember?
Right.
Okay. So what he said to you, I'm going into what he said to you and what your response was, okay?
Yep.
He said to you that you've been sitting in jail for 2 months and that he, Detective Smith, has been looking at people's Instagram and they are free spending money on chains while you are in jail. He said that to you, right?
Right.
And your response was, but I don't know him though. That's what you said, right?
Not personally though.
Okay.
That was a lie.
Okay, so that was another lie now. Okay, so where he's suggesting to you that it's Hakeem Robinson and you're saying, I don't know him, right?
Yep.
And in fact, you even said to him, you know his brother, but I don't know him personally, right?
Yeah.
But now you're saying that that was a lie.
That was me saving people.
Saving people, like who? Chris Brown?
Nah.
No further questions.
Okay, is there any redirect?
Yes, we about to redirect him. I'm about to direct him right to place the blame on your client.
May it please the court.
Yes.
So, Mr. Barner, I want to go over a few things. One, you were asked a moment ago, well, maybe a lot of moments ago, about when you got arrested and then you had a bond, right?
Correct.
And they said, well, you just couldn't afford to make it, right?
Correct.
You didn't get a record deal, did you?
No.
Okay. So Willie Addison. When Willie Addison was shot and killed, there was a lot of questions regarding the fact that Hakeem Robinson wasn't actually in that car. Is that right? Remember being asked those questions?
Yeah.
Now, Willie Addison was Hakeem's stepbrother, correct?
Right.
Abdul Robinson Jr., Kareem, is that Hakeem Robinson's biological brother?
Yeah.
All right. And where was Kareem shot?
In the head.
Did Kareem almost die?
Yeah.
Abdul Robinson Sr., Blue, is that Hakeem Robinson's father?
Yeah.
Overruled. It's been asked many times by all of you. I think everyone knows that Blue is Mr. Robinson's father.
Was he shot?
Yeah.
Torrigan Williams, is that Hakeem Robinson's cousin? Are they related, Torrigan Williams and Hakeem Robinson?
Kareem and Torrigan are cousin.
Kareem. Okay. What about Leroy Whitaker? Is he related to Hakeem Robinson?
Yes, sir.
And so Abdul Robinson Jr. severely injured, and Hakeem Robinson's stepbrother was killed,
Correct.
and his father shot.
Correct.
Now, that song that we heard earlier, that was made by Charles McCormick. Remember listening to that?
Yes, sir.
And there was a line, smoking on Willie. Someone else was also mentioned earlier. You said 23. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And who is 23 in relation to Hakeem Robinson? Is that someone that he knows?
Yeah.
Someone he's close to?
Yeah.
Was 23 killed?
Yes, sir.
And so both 23 and Willie Addison were both referenced in that song.
Correct.
And you know that Abdul Robinson Sr., the family, was upset over that song.
Correct.
Now, you've also been asked a lot of questions about Chris Brown and when he was there and when he left on January 15, 2020, right?
Yeah.
Now, are you sitting here trying to protect Chris Brown?
No, sir.
Is Chris Brown one of the co-defendants in the Damon Rothermel case?
Yes, sir.
And are you cooperating against Chris Brown in that case?
Yes, sir.
So you're not trying to protect him?
No, sir.
You were also asked a lot about getting a deal. So I want to talk and just clarify this point. Your pleas to each and every one of your charges, were they to the court?
Yes, sir.
Now, you haven't been sentenced, correct?
No, sir.
And the judge will decide what sentence you get.
Correct.
Do you know if the state is going to make a recommendation at your sentencing? Have you been told the state is going to recommend any sentence?
No.
And even if the state walks in and makes a recommendation, does this judge have to follow it?
No.
It is entirely up to the judge to decide what sentence you get.
Correct.
And that's after hearing everything here today as well, right?
Right.
And you sat through, as has been pointed out multiple times, 3 days of depositions, right?
Yeah.
Right. And about 9 hours or so of depositions, questions and answers by the defense.
Yeah.
And during that deposition, a lot has been brought out today, asking you questions, refreshing your memory, or asking about the answers you gave to those questions. For everybody in this courtroom to hear, right?
Correct.
Including the judge, right?
Right.
I just stopped it there. Yeah, Libby, I don't want to confuse you, but so just for the context, because I was following, like, I kind of follow this stuff in the background, right? Just for my sake. So no, this is not about Fulio, but when you hear them talk about that 23, you know, Fulio made a song talk about he was smoking on 23. And allegedly, members of ATK are the ones that unalived him or set it up so he could be unalived, them in the 600 when he was unalived last year. And the, 4 or 5 people that are currently waiting, I think 4 of them are facing the DP, and then the girl, I think she turned, I guess. So I don't know what because she had asked for a speedy trial and she decided not to take a speedy trial because she was supposed to go to trial this year, but they changed it. But yeah, so like all of this stuff is kind of like connected, like just all this beef down there, right? You know, and it's so weird how all of this happened because if y'all don't know, like the superstar, he's a star now, Young and Ace, right? He was in a car with about 3 or 4 of his friends, and all of them were unalive except for him. And then on the flip side, from the opposite gang, just follow me. Julio was in the car with 3 or 4 of his friends. He was unalived, and all 3 or 4 of his friends survived. Isn't that like very, what is that, ironic? The way that happened and the way this is playing out. I mean, even with Julio's mom, they even shot her car up. Like, it's so deep about letters. Yeah, they're gonna televise it. I'm almost sure they are. They got a courtroom feed in there. Yeah, I get alerts on my phone for that one. But yeah, this is like real deep. So yeah, I guess we getting a little bit just more background with this information too. All right, here we go.
A lot of fun, those depositions?
No.
Having fun today?
No.
But you understand that each and everything that you testify to, including all of the things that you have admitted to and having done, that's all information this judge will have at sentencing.
Correct.
And what is the maximum sentence this judge can give you?
Life.
Now, you're asked a lot about, well, you touched a gun, you weren't charged with possession of a firearm, right?
Right.
And the maximum was 15 years on that offense. It was pointed out to you, right?
Yeah.
What's the minimum sentence you know that you can get based on what you have pled to?
20.
Is 20 or 15 higher?
20.
There's also a 3-year minimum mandatory, they said, with the gun charge, right?
Yeah.
How much time you spent in jail since you've been arrested on these charges?
5 years.
What's higher, 5 or 3?
5.
If you were to get sentenced to life in prison, does another 15 years matter?
No, sir.
How many life sentences can you serve?
1.
How many lives do you get? 1?
1.
And that's still what you're facing.
Yes, sir.
Now, excuse me. You were asked a lot of questions about your discovery in this case and what you reviewed and the timing of all of those events. So I want to make this clear. You were arrested January 15, 2020, right?
Correct.
And you became a witness and provided information in August of 2020, right?
Correct.
And at that time, none of your co-defendants were arrested.
No.
And ultimately, you entered a plea to your charges in September of 2020, right?
Correct.
Now, are you aware that since 2020 and 2025, there's been a large amount of discovery that has been ongoing in this case?
Yes, sir.
And so while there was some discovery done in this case, and this is specifically the murder of Charles McCormick, that had not been completed by the time you pled. Is that right?
Correct.
So you wouldn't have had an opportunity to review all of the pieces of evidence in this case. Is that right?
Right.
Now, is it also true that in February of 2020, about a month after being arrested, you made statements to someone in jail about what you did?
Correct.
All right, I'll see the parties sidebar with the court reporter.
Sidebar. Well, he ain't doing nothing but sitting up there twisting in his chair. Okay, here we go.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, please, court. So, in August, after you cooperated and then entered your pleas of guilty, Hakeem Robinson, Leroy Whitaker, and Abdul Robinson Jr. were ultimately arrested and have been charged. Is that right?
So Leroy's already locked up.
On the burglary charge.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, did you plant Hakeem Robinson's DNA in a Nissan Altima?
No.
Sure. Sure, you didn't plant his DNA, right?
No, I didn't.
Did you take Hakeem Robinson's fingerprints and place it on that gun in the Nissan Altima? If what you're saying today to this jury is true, and you actually called Abdul Robinson Jr. on January 15, 2020, to let him know Charles McCormick's back, that could potentially be supported by phone records, right?
Yes, sir.
And you previously testified what your phone number and Abdul Robinson Jr.'s phone number was. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then with regard to Hakeem Robinson making what you thought might have been an Instagram call, if that happened, that could be potentially corroborated by Instagram records, right?
Right.
You can't manufacture Instagram records, can you?
No, sir.
And if what you said was true about Leroy Whitaker being in the car, Scotty, with you and Hakeem Robinson at Charles McCormick's apartment because the three of you were there to kill him, and Leroy Whitaker had a rifle, that could be supported by if the rifle was found in the car, right?
Right.
Was Leroy Whitaker just in the car as a spectator?
No, sir.
Does Leroy Whitaker speak a lot? Does he talk a lot?
Not really.
Did he have a lot of bullets in his rifle?
Yeah.
And when y'all were fleeing from the Merrill Road Shopping Plaza, and Officer, I don't know if you know his name, Officer Collins got behind you, did he activate his lights and sirens as he was trying to get you to pull over?
Yes, sir.
So you knew you should have pulled over.
Yeah.
And you and whoever was in the vehicle with you were actively still trying to flee from him, right?
Yes, sir.
And when you got out after crashing, you said you and Leroy Whitaker ran in one direction, right?
Right.
And we saw a video of two individuals running through a backyard, right?
Right.
And you said that was you and Leroy Whitaker, correct?
Right.
Did you manufacture that video?
No.
You didn't create it?
No.
You didn't go to the homeowner and say, hey, you got to make this for me?
No.
No? No control over it?
No.
When you went to Barbara Buckley's home and you and, as you say, Leroy Whitaker entered without permission, did you put Leroy Whitaker's DNA on Miss Buckley?
No.
You sure?
Sure.
You don't think about it? You know you didn't do it?
No, I didn't do it.
Was he there with you?
Yes, sir.
Now, if what you say is true, and Hakeem Robinson was there, and Hakeem Robinson was involved, and I think the question was asked, did you allow Hakeem Robinson to do something? You allowed him to make a call, right?
Right.
Do you tell Hakeem Robinson what to do?
No.
Sure?
Sure.
Now, did you make Hakeem Robinson post on his Instagram a few days after the murder a nail salon video?
Nope.
Sure?
Sure.
Did you add the text, kill a nigga, then get my toes done?
No.
You sure?
Sure.
Or were you in jail already?
I was in jail.
So you didn't do that?
No.
Okay. There was a lot of talk about not only ATK and 6 Block, but there were some questions about 300, right?
Correct.
Was Leroy Whitaker part of 300?
Yes, sir.
What about Abdul Robinson Jr.?
No, sir.
Now, going to the question of why would Hakeem Robinson contact Raekwon Howard? If Raekwon Howard is part of 6 Block, the ops of ATK, why would someone want to communicate? Why would there be that call? What would be the reason?
Basically, like,
I'll sustain unless he has personal information about it. Otherwise, I don't want him guessing.
Is it common, do you know, for members of one group to communicate with their ops
yes, sir.
and brag?
Correct.
The information when you were questioned about believing that Natalie and or Torgon were coming to potentially pick y'all up from Miss Buckley's home. Did you personally talk to Natalie?
No,
Did you personally talk to Abdul Robinson Jr. on the phone while y'all were in that home?
no.
Did you try and send them any information? Who did?
Leroy.
So the information that went to your knowledge as to whether or not they potentially came to try and pick someone up, who did that come from?
Scotty.
Leroy Whitaker?
Leroy.
You know, a lot of things that you've admitted to here in court don't sound good, right?
Right.
And you're guilty of your crimes.
Correct.
Now, the fact that you're guilty, does that in any way alter whether or not Hakeem Robinson is guilty?
Say that again.
Does the fact that you are guilty for what you have committed, and is all the things that you've admitted to, all the crimes that you've pled to, does that in any way change whether or not Hakeem Robinson is guilty?
No.
Does it alter what happened on January 15, 2020 in any way?
No.
Does it change who was in that car with you?
No.
Does that prove the fact that you're guilty, Leroy Whitaker? Does that change the truth, whether or not he was there?
No.
And you did not have the ability, if you did, tell me, maybe I'm wrong. Did you have the ability to plant and create any of the evidence in this case, such as DNA, fingerprints, call records, anything like that?
Not at all.
Because you've been in jail since January 15, 2020.
Correct.
So I guess you're just really lucky. No further questions.
All right, may this witness be excused? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for us for today.